I round down to the nearest 5. We're only 5 minutes late.
Wait. We're live! Our dinner ran late, and then I was having camera troubles. I couldn't get the overhead camera to work, which is, like, one of the most important cameras.
We can just do theater of the mind. They can imagine the game. You just
describe what we're doing.
Yeah, it's like an RPG.
Yeah.
Just need a GM.
On that delightful note, we're playing Blackout Hong Kong tonight.
Speaking of not being able to see.
You know what I didn't do? I didn't open the chats.
Oh
no! Okay, hit Command N.
And N.
Yeah. YouTube.com. And then it should do
front row seat.
Live dashboard. See that?
Yep.
Go there. And then I can now. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. Hey, look, chat, I can see you. Can't read you, but I found you. Okay. Yep. Alright, and then Twitch.tv.
Doing good, John. Steady hands.
Working on it. Got an open drink right here, too.
Yep.
Ah!
We're getting an ad.
We're getting an ad for our own channel.
We're getting an ad for Battlefield. That's on brand.
Yeah, totally. You gotta make this. This is the worst.
Oh yeah, you have to zoom it out just to get chat, and then chat and pop out.
You gotta zoom in.
Yep. All right,
John. If I ever need to call someone up on the phone to defuse a bomb, I'll call you.
Oh, thank you.
I was so prepared for today's stream. The camera's ready. I've reread the rules. I forgot to put our chat windows up. So there was that. We also forgot to eat dinner on time. So yeah, it's what it is. Welcome to today's stream. We're playing Blackout Hong Kong, designed by Alex P. Pfister and published by Eggertspiel. Thank you, Eggertspiel, for providing us with this copy of the game to play. That's right, this is a sponsored stream. It just means they give us the game to stream.
That's right, Dina. It is a sponsored stream.
Did you want more food? Is that what?
Yeah, there's no food inside the game.
No.
There's
rice.
Yeah, there's rice. There's
no,
rice.
but not for food.
So this is a hand management card driven game. And the story, the premise is that it's 2020 and there's a blackout in Hong Kong. What? And the people who run the power stations it's always amusing watching Stu go past the studio lights. The people who run the power stations have no idea. Do you want to give her another scoop? They have no idea what's happened. And so it's been a couple years later. I don't know. That's like where the theme is. Like literally they don't talk about it ever again in the rule book.
Pretty thin.
Yeah. So basically the idea is, I guess, that we are people who are helping try and reestablish order or something in the city, and the victory points are representing like how helpful we are to society. That's what Alex tweeted at me when I was like, I don't know what you're doing in this game. Like literally the theme connection ends, and that's what he said. So we're gonna go with that. And on that delightful note, we're gonna start playing. Well, we're gonna do setup. So
you're getting a whole other scoop of food there, dog.
She's like, but there's no cheese in it.
Yeah, life's tough.
Okay. Cool. So, my beer needs to not be here.
Apparently another scoop of food is not the answer.
Okay. Well, take it away then. Each player is going to get a player board. These player boards, you're going to have things on this side and on this side. You're going to have more things on the bottom, so you want to make sure you give each player plenty of room to have their things at the bottom. Then, we have the player board. I'm going to give you those.
Yep.
We have the player board. It's only a 4-fold, so it's not huge. And the player board has the primary resource tracker. So players aren't going to like actually gain items that represent the resources they have. They're going to instead use their cubes to track those resources on this wheel. So you want to make sure that the board is within reach of everyone to at least reach this wheel. If we were playing not on camera, I would probably actually rotate this so that it was closer to everyone. But John, you're just gonna have to reach. Yeah. Steve's doing his Shadow Warrior thing again. Hey, there you go. Okay. Then we've already made player bags for people. You cool with green or you want white?
Green's good.
Alright. They don't have the only player color that they have in here that one of us normally plays is orange, and it's mine.
I usually play green.
Oh yeah, John always plays green. I'm sorry, we've been playing Underwater Cities, so you've been playing purple.
I have, yeah.
So I was like, there's no purple.
I prefer purple.
Yeah.
But
I guess, yeah, none of the player colors are colors on the board, so they had to choose different colors.
Then there's starter cards, and you know they're starter cards because they have little tiny S, like right there. Or 5, depending on your preferences and interpretation. But there should be 8 start cards. We're missing one.
Uh-oh.
It just means it got shuffled into the main deck. And then there are 4 emergency plans that kind of look like clipboards, and they say emergency plan at the top. You're going to find the missing start card.
This is your first quest.
Yes.
Open box 1, then find
the missing start cards. You want to make sure that money is kind of where everybody can get, but everybody's going to start with 4 Hong Kong dollars.
Thank you.
So give everybody $4. Dollar bills, y'all. And then I just put that back in the box, so that's not helpful. Cool. Then there are GPS tokens, and I wasn't giving you that for your bits. I was giving you that for the GPS tokens. Okay. Sorry, your bits have to slum it on the table.
Boo.
I mean, if Steve would be so kind.
There's a plethora.
There is a green bowl as well.
Yeah.
Cool. So the GPS tokens you're just also going to put in a bit bowl. Then there are 3 dice.
The same starter card as the 10.
Cool, we found it. Yay! There are 24 little truck tokens. You're gonna put these in a supply, but actually each player is gonna get 5 at the start of the game, so we actually already put them in the player bags. We'll determine start order, and then whoever is the start player will get those dice. But otherwise, there are these little GPS tokens. So they look like that. And you're going to take all of them, and you're going to turn them face down, randomize them, and then you're going to put 3 in each zone. So a zone is just an outlined area between boxes. Steve is helping shuffle the main deck, which is fantastic. I'm going to actually... So yeah, just put 3 face down, try not to look at them in the zones, but not the auto zone.
Is that the zone we're supposed to get into?
Apparently. Boom. Okay, teamwork. Cool. That's everything you should need from the box, except for the player bags, obviously, where you give everything to everyone that is theirs, which each player... Oh, great. Now that I have these starter cards, we'll finish this together. Cool, so now you have all 8 starter cards. You're going to mix them up, and you're going to randomly give 2 to each player, and they're going to put them in 2 of their objective slots, which are those 2 slots. John actually has one other slot that's off camera.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter which 2 slots you put your objective cards in, they just need to be into 2 of the objective slots. So, you're going to put them face up into 2 of the objective slots. And then if you're playing with less than 4 players, you're going to have 2 left over. You can put them in the box. Don't look at them. Then you have the emergency plan cards. They have a red back on them. You're going to shuffle these up, and then you're going to give each player 1 of these cards. And it's going to go on the little section of their board that says emergency plan. Again, if you're playing with less than 4 players, you're going to have an extra one. Just put it in the box. Cool. Then Steve is done shuffling. So, we don't need that. That's a spare board. For player counts, you're going to have a different quantity of cards in the deck. So, we're playing with 3 players, so we're going to take out 21 cards from the primary deck. We're going to put them to the side. Dina's going to demand more treats. Oh no, did we let Ichi out?
She should be under the table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the 21 cards that you're going to take out of the deck, you're going to put them, for 3 players, you're going to put it someplace where if you need to access it at the end of the game, you can. So we're just going to put it up there. Then, the other player counts that you need are on page 4. So 4-player game, you take out 15 cards, and for 2-player game, you take out 36 cards. This actually is going to need to move. We'll put it over here. That's fine.
Uh-oh. Well, I have 1 less cube.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's gone forever.
Gone forever.
If I run out of cubes, I'll just need to go to the sewers.
Alright. Then, each player is going to get their own starter deck of cards, a punch board that looks like hazard signs. You're actually going to take that and you're going to put it on your board on top of the 4 slot, which is totally out of frame. We gotta go on the big zoom. Yeah, but they can't even see my cards.
True.
We gotta go with the big zoom out. Oh, we already are at the big zoom out. Oh no! Oh no! Alright.
Do we need to raise?
We're like as big as we can go.
Do we need to raise this?
We don't need to see the top scores. No one needs to see what we're scoring.
Make it go higher.
You could make it go higher.
What will go wrong? It's just been carefully adjusted.
So many things to go wrong. Okay. Then each player is going to get, I believe it's 24 cubes of their color, a disc,
Okay. This one's actually...
and the 5 trucks I already mentioned. They're going to get 5 of the truck tokens. And then there's like a little token that has like a 0 and a 6 on it. You're going to take that and you're actually going to put it right there on the board. All of your cubes, you're going to put someplace easily accessible because you're going to use them a lot throughout the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little houses, you're going to put on the check marks over on the side of your player board. Okay. Then the round disc is your point tracker, so you'll put that on the 0 spot.
Notably, the round disc is not a round tracker.
No, there is no round tracker. The game ends when the deck is gone. Then each player is going to get a dice distribution card, shows you what's on each of the dice. And then they get a starter deck. And the starting deck is the same for everybody. And I'm going to put my money over here. Because we're going to put some people in the hospital. I'm going to put my trucks in here. Okay, so everybody's going to find their purple leader. So it's a card. The art is like in a purple hue. Each leader is different. But every player's deck, you know from the zodiac symbol at the bottom. And it says leader on the side. She's going to go in the hospital. I have a female leader.
Nice. Mine is like a police officer.
And then every player also has a card that has 2 blue squares in the top. You're going to take that one and you're also going to put it in the hospital. I'll leave the dice distribution card right there. Okay. Then the rest of the deck is actually your hand. So it's not actually a deck. Oh, right. We got to do more. Thank you, John. We're going to put a red. So then, there's a single cube that's yellow right there. It's hard to see. You're going to put it in your first column. And then you're going to put a single red down in the second column. And then you're going to take a single blue and you're going to put it on top of the single red. Which
is it the same for everybody?
It's the same for everybody. And no one can see that because I need to raise that camera.
Steve's.
Okay. Yeah, but Steve's is gonna have to go away because he's got to deal up the deck.
All right. There's room for the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just move that light.
He's committed.
He is.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Kabuki Kid. Hey, Ohaimi. Hey, Raymond. Alright. Steve's gonna raise the camera. I'm afraid. Oh, you're going with that method. It's the wrong direction. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
My preferred direction is the one direction. Oh, it's topped out.
Okay. You just gotta cap it then.
Alright, so I gotta...
No, hang on. This is now...
Yeah.
We can just do this. Hang on. Let's just see. Let's just see how it goes. Let's just see what happens. Barely.
Can't see my stuff, that's fine.
Can't really see a lot of my stuff either. Hang on, Steve. Okay, fine. Raise it a little bit more. Okay. Okay, we're good. Stop. Stop. No, it's tilted. No. No. Oh. Alright. Good enough. Okay. There we go. The reason we're doing that is because it's very important to see this section of everybody's player boards. We should have done a John's cam. That would have solved everything. Alright, but then they wouldn't have caught Steve cheating, so... Okay. Now, last bit of setup. Every player is going to take one of their cubes, put it on the battery symbol in the center of the resource wheel, and then you deal out 3 cards in each of the rows. There's 3 rows beside the board. And these are the first objective cards. And I can't reach the last one. Steve, that's your job now. Top 3. Hey, Trash. Okay, cool. That's set up. So, then just put the deck somewhere near the objective cards. Alright. So this game's gonna go. You can do that now.
I know.
I
I'm
almost
so
told you.
No, I did it because I was like, I'm so excited. The mic's not on the table.
Yeah. Okay. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna play however many rounds it takes for us to finish the game, and we finish the game by going through that deck of cards over there. And if we were to happen to go through the deck of cards in the middle of the round, that's why we took cards out. Is we can use those cards we took out to refill so we can finish the round. Once the game end is triggered, we'll finish the current round that it was triggered on, and then we get to play one last round, like, in its entirety, before the game ends. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins. That means they helped Hong Kong the most. And you will gain points from a variety of things. Some of them you can gain during the game, others you gain at the end. One of the primary ways that you gain points at the end of the game is the cards that you have. So we're going to acquire more cards from over there throughout the game, but when we acquire them, they go into the objective area of our board, and we have to pay resources to actually get them into our hands. So you pay money to acquire them from there, and then they'll go here, and then throughout the game we have to pay resources which are depicted on the cards, specifically to pick them up and put them in our hand, though once they're in our hand, we can use them, and also gain points from them at the end of the game. However, we each have a hospital. And throughout the game, due to reasons, which I'll explain soon, your cards might end up in the hospital. At the end of the game, your cards, which represent people in your organization, if they're in the hospital, they are worthless. Well, they're not worthless.
Oh.
They're not worth any points. Also, anyone that is in your objectives area that you haven't completed, thus, that's why they're still there, you also don't gain points for. So, that's the primary way that you'll gain points. You also gain points for 1 point for every $5 you have, and you'll turn all your resources at the end of the game into money, so it's not a great conversion for endgame scoring. During the game, you'll gain points by surveying different territories, securing districts, which means surrounding certain areas, and then also just certain things in the game will give you points.
Alright, thanks, Trash. Trash found it over the weekend they're doing a reprint of Nemo's War, including several expansions, so I will keep my eye
Cool.
Yeah.
So you'll gain points for securing and doing things on the map, surveying different locations, securing the districts, etc. You'll also gain points for completing objectives during the game. Different objectives will give you different amounts of points. And the objective cards are the white cards that look like clipboards. In addition, there are objectives on each player's board that you can, those little tiles I had you put down, when you complete those, you gain 10 points. So, there's a few different ways to get points, but the primary one is, again, cards and doing things on the map. So, each round, there are 8 phases in the round, and whoever is the first player has this purple token, which, Sue's called, like, the purple fister, I think, in a podcast. I don't remember the exact wordage, but there you go. But anyway, there's a token, it's purple, whoever is the star player has this, and you're actually going to move it up into the different phases on your board as the first player, so it makes it easy for people to see at a glance what phase you currently are in. So I'm just going to teach the game in the phases as we would do them. So the very first thing we do is we roll these dice. So these dice represent our resources that we'll get. If you have any dice that come out with the same results, you re-roll both dice, or all dice that were tied, until they're all unique. Then you put the dice in the resource area that matches what's on the symbol, and then that's rolling dice. Then everybody will plan who they want to send out into the field. So each player at the start of the game has 3 columns. That means you can play up to 3 cards. You're going to play up to 1 card in each of your available columns. Later in the game, you can unlock a 4th column. When you play it, Xena really wants something. When you play a card, most of these cards are pretty basic. They'll just show a cube color up at the top. That is saying that you will gain 1 resource for every cube in that top corner of the resource that matches the color on the board. So if I were to play this card, we all plan our cards face down, so I would plan that. Oh, Xena, Reno. And that. So we would all plan, and then once everybody's done planning, we go to the next phase, which is deployment. In turn order, starting with the first player, each player reveals the cards that they played in any order they choose, and carries out what they do. So I would reveal a blue cube, so I get to take one of my cubes and put it on where the blue is, which is the rice. So now I have a rice for food. Then I reveal my next card, it's a red cube, I put one on the red spot. Then I reveal my next card, it's a leader. Leaders are purple cards, and purple cards let you do different things for different costs. So this one lets me get just $3 straight up, and then I can spend tools once to gain $3. So I could discard these tools that I just gained to get an additional $3. So I would have gotten $6 for that card. Okay? If, let's say, I didn't want to play her, I could have played something else, or I could have just left that column blank for this playing slot. That's fine too. We'll say for teaching purposes, I left her there. Cool. So, that is the deploy volunteers and specialists. Each player is going to do that. Then we go on to the next phase, which is objectives. This is where we use the resources we've gained to complete objectives on our objective row or on our boards. So, to unlock these cards and get them into your hand, there's a little orange box at the bottom that says what they need. So this card, to get this card, I need to use a water and a medicine. And this one, I need a water and a tool. Cool. I don't have those. So, if we retcon a little bit, cheating! One of the things that you can do when you reveal and play these cards is you can spend transport tokens, which are trucks, to move the, person to the next spot on the rondelle. So let's retcon the entire turn.
Never done that before.
Right? Cool. So now I play, and hey, it's a blue one. That's food. I don't want food. So instead, maybe I spend 1 truck, and I go here to get medicine. Or maybe I spend 2 trucks, which is 2 away, to get books. Or maybe I really want water, and so I spend 3 trucks, discarding my 3 trucks, to gain the water, and I would discard my 3 trucks, okay? Then I reveal that one. It's a red, it's full, sweet, I'm good. And then I could be like, oh, the mechanic. I reveal the mechanic. She has the option of 3 money or spend a tool to get another 3 money. I could just use her to get the 3 money. So there's that. So I would just say, okay, I'm just gonna get the 3 money. Then we go to the objectives phase, and now I have what I need to complete one of the objectives, which is good. So on the objective phase, you can complete as many objectives as you want. So I would say, oh, cool. I have one water and 1 tool. So you gotta go deal with her. She's not gonna stop.
This is why we don't negotiate with those that make demands.
Okay, so I can spend 1 water and 1 tool.
What is it that you want?
And now I gain this card, and it goes into my hand because it says it goes into my hand. In addition, I get to put one of my cubes on one of the yellow circles out on the board. Okay? At the start of the game, we're all going to draft where we each start. And when you place a cube, we'll say for whatever purpose I was there at the beginning of the game. When you place one of your cubes, you must place it on the color on the card that you got. So this says I placed on a yellow. It needs to be placed adjacent to a cube I've already placed. And you can share locations with other players, but not yourself. There's no reason to, really. So I could place here, that's a yellow. Maybe I don't want to place there, though. So then I can use trucks to move spaces to skip. So I could pay 1 truck to skip that space, and then another truck to skip that space, and now I'm there. And these trucks get discarded. Okay? So that is the primary way of completing objectives. Some objectives, like the plan cards, have multiple objectives on them. You do each box individually. When you complete a box, you can decide if you want to take the card and add it to your tableau and gain the city bonus. Or you can leave the card there in the hopes that you'll complete future objectives. If, for some reason, you, in the middle of a turn, are like, oh man, I should have just picked up that objective last time when I completed that task, because there's no way I'm going to complete the other one. You're out of luck. Mm-hmm. When you do the objective, you have to decide if you're picking up the card now or if you're going to write it out and try and complete other objectives. The only way to pick up these cards is to have completed at least something on them. Okay? At least for the emergency plan, I should say. To gain the bonus of it. Alright? When you completed it, so for example, this one, there's 3 of them on here. One of them wants me to have survey tokens. I'll talk about that in a minute. The other one wants me to have a certain color combo of cards in one of my columns. And there's a few of these objectives throughout the game where it just depicts card colors. And that's saying it wants you to have 2 purple, a yellow, and a red in a single column. So if I in fact have that, I would get to put one of the cubes on this little thingy saying I got that objective done, and I would gain the reward depicted, which in that case is 5 money. So that's completing those objectives. In addition, you have 2 objectives on your board that will gain you additional perks for game stuff. So when I complete this objective, which means I turn in 4 resources all of the same type, and I have a column that has 2 blues and 2 reds, I gain this token, which will actually increase my hand size, basically. Or this one down here, if I spend 10 money, and then I have a column with 2 purple and 2 yellow, this gets removed, and so from now on I have 4 columns I can play into. So those are the board ones, and both of those, when you complete them, give you 10 points. So that's the objectives goal. Each player is going to do all of the objectives that they want to do on their own, and then it's the next player's turn to do objectives. Then we do scouting. Scouting is the most complicated thing in this game, but it's actually not that complicated. So, scouting is when you pick a district adjacent to somewhere you have a cube, and you scout these tiles that are there. And you spend GPS tokens or GPS signal to complete these tokens. So if I was like, yes, I'm going to scout right here. I pick these up, I look at them, and all of them have 2 options. They have an expensive option and a cheap option. And I can pick which of these options I want, or I can be like, oh, these are all too rich for my blood, and I just put them back the way that I found them. However, if I'm like, ooh, yeah, no, I could do this one, I will reveal the one I want to do. Be like, I'm going to go here. I put the other ones that I'm not taking face up back on the board. And then I reveal cards from my hand that meet the GPS requirements of that token. In addition, if I have GPS tokens, which I gained earlier in the game through means, each GPS token is worth 3 GPS. So let's say I had one, so I could use that GPS token, and I could use these 2 cards. The cards have GPS tokens on the side, right there, and most of them only have 1 GPS token on them, but some of them have 2.
And some of them have none.
And some of them have none, that's right. You cannot play a card that doesn't have any GPS tokens for this part. So I need 5 GPS signal, and I have a token through cheating, and these 2 cards, which is 5. So I discard the token. Whoop, I missed. And then the cards that I used to play or to go scouting, I turn them over, I randomize them as best I can, and then one of them gets randomly put in the hospital. Boop. And this one that didn't go to the hospital comes back to my hand. This token I have now scored, and I gain what's depicted, so in this case I would just get a point. And then, if you haven't gotten a token with the same reward yet, you put it over to the side face up. This is a set collection bonus. There are quite a number of different rewards that you can gain from scouting, and you want to collect one of each of those rewards to get more points. And the point scale for that is over there. So if I complete 2 unique types of scouting reward token thingies, I get 2 points. If I complete 3 unique, I get 3. 4 unique is 5 points. 5 unique is 7. 6 is 10. 7 is 14. Okay? So that's scouting. The other reason why you might want to scout, aside from gaining bonus resources and points at the end of the game, is the emergency plan cards. Each emergency plan card needs you to have scouted for 2 different types of objects. So for example, mine wants me to scout, I'm not going to show it to the camera because it's small, a victory point tile and a tool tile. Basically a tool that gives me a scout token that will get me victory points or tools. So that is scouting. You can only scout in districts that are adjacent to where your token is. If you want to scout and they're already face-up scout tokens, you can still totally scout there. There's no guessing about what you're getting. If alternatively, let's say I wanted to scout this, but I didn't want to gain the reward, I couldn't afford the award, I can do a probe instead. And a probe always costs 4 GPS, and it goes face down, which means it doesn't count towards my set collection bonus at the end. And you're like, why would you do that? You don't gain the reward, and you don't get the set collection bonus at the end of the game. Why would you ever probe instead of just saying, no, I'm not going to scout and put it back? And then you don't lose anybody in the hospital, you don't spend any tokens. It's not a big deal. And the answer is, because you want to put people in the hospital.
I mean, well, you're the thug leader.
Hey, that's stereotyping.
Okay, just the people that didn't pay.
In this game, there's no trashing. So you have cards in your hands, and at the end of the round, you only get to pull cards back up into your hand if your hand is down to a certain size. Which means, as you acquire more cards that are worth more points, it gets trickier to get cards that are valuable back up into your hand, unless you're hospitalizing lesser people. And so it's a little weird from like a thematic standpoint. But yeah. Alright. That is the explanation of scouting and why you might want to send people to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Yep. Cool. Alright. Next one. New objectives. This is where we buy these new fancy cards. So, turn order. You can buy 1 card when it's your turn. If there's a row that has 3 cards in it, one card will cost you $3. You only buy 1 card. Or sorry, if there's 3 cards present, you get a card for $4. If there are 2 cards present, it's $3, and if there's 1 card present, it's $2. If any row is emptied during this buying process, you immediately refill it with 3 cards. In addition, we keep buying cards one at a time until all of us pass in a row, which is one of the things I missed last time I played. So if I say pass, I don't want to buy a card, but then John buys a card and Steve buys a card, I have a chance to buy a card again. Because once you pass, you're not actually out until everyone passes after you. So I could say pass, hope that John and Steve buy something to lower the price of stuff, and then jump back in later. The face down GPS also counts towards future scout actions. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a free bonus GPS one.
Oh, so that's why you'd want to probe.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. You don't have to discard it, I don't believe.
Nope.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Yeah.
That's why you'd want to probe.
Yeah. You also might get GPS, like bonus GPS, from objective cards that you have, the yellow ones, if you finish them. Mm-hmm. Which is one thing I didn't talk about. When you finish the yellow clipboard cards, you're going to put them over to the side, because they're going to give you different bonuses throughout the game. Next phase, cleanup. Cleanup's really simple. You discard the rightmost card in every row, and then, if anyone has any food or water, it expires. It goes bad. You get rid of it.
Or you give it to the people that need it instead of hoarding it.
Yeah, there you go.
Or sell it. Because you're getting money for it.
Yeah, we're mostly selling it.
Yeah.
So, you must sell every food token for $2, and then water, if you only have one water, you get $1 for it. But if you have 2 water, you get a GPS token, which is a pretty good deal.
That's good.
And you convert things until you have no more of those 2 items. So you can never finish a round with water and food, except I got a card that let me do that, but it was magic. So, yeah. Anyway, during the cleanup phase, you're going to get rid of all of your food and water that's here during cleanup, okay? Then there's this secure districts phase. So if throughout this round, magic happened, and I now have a cube on every point that surrounds a district, I have secured that district. Which means these scout tokens are removed, and I get to take one of my house tokens from my board and put it in that district. Which house token I select means I unlock a future bonus action that I get to take. So I'll do this one. So, no one else can secure this district in future rounds. However, if someone were to have secured the district on the same turn as me, so if John had managed to secure it at the same time as me, he would get to put a house here as well. But he didn't in this situation. He only has 2. So, once we figure out who gets to put a house here or not, we get points. You'll gain points equal to the chart over there for the number of cubes you have around that district. So I have 4 cubes, so I would get 5 points. John has 2 cubes, he'll get 2 points. Okay? So, that is securing a district. That's the only way to get these houses off of your board, which will unlock checkmark bonus actions for you, which can be very powerful. It's also one of the key ways to get points during the game. Mm-hmm. What are we doing? Oh, whoops, sorry. That's secure districts. Next up, last one, refresh hand, then carry out checkmark actions. So in my example hand, which was important, so let's say I played this for the round. First thing we do is we refresh our hands and then see if refresh your hand if you can. So refreshing your hand means that if you have 4 or fewer cards, you may, it's not a must, you may pick up your largest column. So the column you have played the most cards to. So, in this situation, I have exactly 4 cards, so I could decide to refresh or not. If I wanted to refresh, I'd have to pick up the column that has the most cards. If I have multiple columns that are tied for the most, I'd pick which column I want. So in this situation, I would pick up this column and add it to my hand, and now I've refreshed my hand. If I successfully refresh my hand, I get to carry out any and all checkmark actions that I want, once per checkmark action. Checkmark actions are the bonus actions that you get for securing districts or completing plan cards and putting them in your area. YouTube's already been updated.
I was just checking.
Okay. So different cards will give you different checkmark actions. They have little check marks on them. It's really easy. You can only do each checkmark action once per round, and you only can use checkmark actions if you refresh your hand that round. So, that's checkmark actions. Really straightforward, but they do things like, I had a little engine going last night where I had a checkmark action that gave me books, and then I could convert books into GBS tokens, and I had another card that let me convert books into points.
Wow.
And I got 2 books every time I converted. I was turning medicine into 2 books, and so every time I managed to refresh my hand while I had a medicine, I would get a GPS token and 3 points. Or 2 points. And it was like, mwah! Chef's kiss. It was amazing. And Steve was like,
this must be broken. You're doing awful well at that.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're cheating.
Yep. Just playing by the rules. Cool. When you unlock this little token, this adorable little token, it increases your hand size to 6 cards, which means that you can refresh if you have 6 or fewer cards, which is chef's kiss. Amazing. So there you go.
Here's Vinyl Rabbit. The one tower was withholding medicine from the people who needed it. So
no, I was giving it to teachers.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
The card was teacher needs medicine.
Oh.
So I had a deal where I would give the teacher medicine for her to help her students, and then she would give me knowledge, apparently. And then yeah, okay. So that is that. Once everybody has refreshed their hand or not, you can always decide not to refresh your hand. But if you have 0 cards, I'd recommend refreshing your hand.
Good idea.
Because otherwise you're just not going to do anything next round, so there's that. But, once everybody has done that, then it's the end of the round. This passes clockwise to the next player, and then we do it all over again!
We need to come up with a new name for that little totem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Desperately.
Sue's name didn't help. So,
Oh, the new version of Truck Tower has finished construction.
Yeah.
We'll see goes first.
Yeah. Well, no, so I was going to say Tiffany, Steve, and John.
Oh,
But
I
then
was
I would be
gonna
rolling
say
them
the player to most recently flip on a circuit breaker.
Did you pop a breaker? Well, that's me.
Yeah.
I go first.
Mm-hmm.
Convenient!
Super convenient.
Is there any other prep we need to do? I asked because I need to keep.
Tweet a picture of Truck Tower.
Alright.
I already took one.
Well, you can reply with it because it's in the picture. And so now you can say that. Alright, you all catch up with chat. I need to use the bathroom really fast. We're running late today.
Alright, yeah, thanks, Vinyl Rabbit. Twitch title should be updated now.
No, sometimes it doesn't when you're live.
Oh, okay. So it might not be updated. We changed it, but
yeah.
Who knows? It might still say Great City of Rome. Space version of Great City of Rome.
Oh.
I mean, that would just make me think of Among the Stars, but not quite, because it's more about adjacency between individual cards rather than all together. Vinyl Rabbit, did you catch? We streamed Great City of Rome, I think, on Friday, so that should be. If you haven't watched it and you do still want to watch it, that should be live. That was a fun one. Yeah, I will have to. I don't know. I think I mentioned this last week, but Victory Point sent me the tracking info for my little mini Nemo's War expansion, the one that they kickstarted. So it was just sitting at Ship Naked or wherever for me to confirm my address. So that should be on the way. So I'm looking forward to playing that.
That's exciting. Oh.
Somebody just rolled me into a
Truck Tower!
Okay.
Just cosmetic.
I mean, it's important branding.
Oh my god.
When people look and go, what's that tower? They
It's Truck
should
Tower.
immediately realize.
Who's that tower?
It's Truck Tower. Sexy tower.
It says volume seems a little low.
Okay.
It is a new mic placement.
It is high. It's high in the sky.
Do you need to turn the gain up?
We can lower it, yes. We can lower it because it has to be in front of that. So we can lower it. Yes.
I don't know if I want to do it. I can try.
I believe in you, John.
Yeah. Is it just a matter of raising
Like,
this
make
up.
it level. No. So there's a handle on the
Oh.
side. Nope. That one. Yeah.
Okay.
But you want to hold it because it's got like 10 pounds of weight on it. So.
There we go.
Alright. So loosen that. And then. Yeah, and then level it. There you go. And then tighten it again.
Alright, so let us know if this is a little better, Wiki.
And we'll try to make sure the mic doesn't drop. Cool. Perfect. Looks good. Alright. Hopefully that helps. Okay. We can play now.
Alright.
Am I so frazzled? I'm very frazzled today because we started like 20 minutes late, but we're good now.
Frizz frizz.
Fries in the fries. What?
Well, we saw an air fryer at Target. I don't even know how those work.
He made a joke because he didn't know that was a thing, and I was like, "No, this is the new hot instant hot thing."
I thought it was just
This is
like
the new
made
thing.
for TV, trying to ride the coattails. But...
He was being sarcastic. He was like, "Oh, do you want to get this thing?" And I was like, "Actually, yes, I do. Like, you don't even know this is the new."
Serves me right for joking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Boom's in the shot.
Uh-oh.
Wait, is it?
Yes, it is.
No, it's
Wait,
not.
which shot?
Wait, it was another one.
Oh, that's the
Is that
rod.
okay?
That's fine. That's that Boom.
Yeah.
That's that. That's in the shot. I don't care.
Oh,
That's fine. Okay.
Alright. Okay.
So first, last player picks a spot that they want to start on.
Steve.
Pick a spot you want to start on.
This.
Okay, put a thing on it.
Hold on.
I believe in you.
To do some renovations. Alright.
For the starting game, nobody can start on the same spot. But from now on, we can be on the same spot as each other. Alright, now it's time to plan stuff.
Dice?
Oh yeah, I have to roll. Just taking out medical resources.
Books and water.
Oh.
Fuel, not books.
Oh, fuel.
Yeah.
What nickname did they give to the priest that was catapulted during a medieval siege?
Air fryer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This board does look so dull. You are correct. How did I get shoved more? I will say just right off the bat that this game, I was not super interested in it from a thematic standpoint.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm not into it.
Maybe all the story details are in Blackout Hong Kong Season 2?
Oh god. Doesn't make sense why they're doing season 2. Also, plan your cards. This was the problem last night.
I was waiting for you most of the time.
Liar. Entirely lying.
I'm done. I don't know.
Both gabbing about?
Yeah.
Gibbity gibbity gab.
Gab. Oh yeah. I see that's out there.
Yeah, right? I know.
Okay. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to do something else entirely. Ooh, yeah. Yeah! Alright, I'm ready. So each player can play one card maximum to each of the columns. If we already have cards in the column, it's fine. We like stagger them. So you can see what you played previously. Okay.
Alright.
Cool. So then we reveal one at a time and do all our stuff. Honestly, this part can be done simultaneously, but because I'm streaming it and teaching it, we'll do it in turn order, and then later rounds of the game towards the end, we might just do it all simultaneously. So I'm going to do this one at a time. So I do one yellow, which means I get a fuel, and then I'm going to do a red, which means I get a med kit, and then I'm going to do my scout, which means that I can turn either a book or a fuel into a GPS token. So I'm going to turn this fuel into a GPS token, please.
There you go.
I also gain $2.
Hey.
Handy that.
Thanks, some shenanigans just happened.
You could have done the same thing. We have the same cards at the start.
I took a different track. I'm getting 2 medicine.
Oh.
And then I'm going to heal my leader.
Very smart. Very smart.
John's amazing engine starts now.
Oh. And that costs me a medicine to heal. And then when you heal someone, you get the points of that card, which was 3, I believe.
Yep.
There we go. And I'm done. Guy's face is pretty fast.
Alright, I'm gonna do a yeller and 2 reds.
It's blackout. You need to wear night vision goggles to see the beauty of the board.
That.
So this is actually, you can't see it because the contrast is so bad, but it's gray and black. But this is Hong Kong. It's a map of Hong Kong. And I used to live, like, we tried to figure it out. The map's not, like, actually to scale. They scrunched it. I used to live, like, in this area of Hong Kong. And my dad used to live in this area of Hong Kong. And I used to have to take the subway every weekend to see him.
So this game is basically reliving memories for you.
Yes, sure.
Okay, so I did 2 yellows and a red, so I'm gonna do a fuel and then 2 reds. I'm gonna use 2 trucks to turn one into a book and one into a race. So goodbye trucks. You can go to Truck Island.
You thought you were part of your tower.
Truck Island is like Bunny Island for trucks.
Okay,
Bunny
on
Island
that
is the
delightful
best
note,
place.
next phase! Alright, so that was actually phase 2, which is deploy volunteer and specialist. Now we're on the objectives phase! So we each complete objectives in turn order, and I could complete an objective. Do I want to? I think I will, for teaching purposes. So I'm going to complete this objective, which requires 1 medicine and 1 water. I don't have a water, but I do have a battery, and batteries are wild, which is a thing I forgot to mention
Batteries
in teaching.
are super wild.
But now you know.
And now you know. So I pick up this card, and then I get to place a cube on a red city, which doesn't super help me for my secret objective, which isn't secret, it's public actually, which is I'm trying to connect from C to C, but I'm going to place there.
See the shining sea.
Yes, and that is my turn.
I'm going to complete this objective. It requires a food and a medicine. I will do the same thing with the battery. Lets me get a blue city, which I will join Steve in D-Town.
Hey.
I'm done.
You know what kind of batteries we have in D-Town?
WDs?
D batteries. There's a toy that runs on D batteries, so it's probably gonna be loud and annoying. Okay. I am going to use all of these. So I'm going to use the battery and the fuel to complete this objective, which needs a food and a fuel. And that lets me place a red city. So,
Hey,
Yep.
you and me.
and then I will use my book and my rice. I'll replace the foundation. This also lets me place a red city. And I will use this truck that just fell off of Truck Tower to go here.
Alright. So that's objectives. So now we scout. So I am going to scout because I have a GPS token. I'm gonna scout here. I have 3 options. This is the one I picked. It's an okay option.
Interesting.
Okay,
I could have refreshed if I didn't complete any objectives.
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
I put that face out, and I am going to complete this objective, which is surprisingly the one that I taught. We shuffled them, and I found it. I'm gonna do. Oh, that's such a bad idea. Let's do it anyway.
Teaching purposes.
Yeah, teaching purposes. So I'm gonna discard those 3, and I'm gonna use these 2 cards for the GPS tokens to gain this. So I gain 1 point because John. And I gain this token, which is helpful. Put it over there. And then Steve, just break somebody's knees.
Oh, gee, what a shame. I'm sorry you didn't pay this month, Mr. Blue.
That's fine. It's totally the one I did not want to have his knees broken, but it's fine.
Hey, you stockpiling all that medicine. You can fix his knees.
I haven't stockpiled any medicine. That was last game.
Whoops.
All right.
No one has anything, in fact.
Yeah.
I elect not to scout.
All right. Steve.
Well, I I could send one of my new cards to the hospital, but I will choose not to.
Okay.
Because I have no scout tokens, so it would not be a great choice.
So now we do new objectives. So I'm gonna pay $4 to buy. So tempting.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things I want.
There's a lot of good stuff out there.
I'm gonna recruit
Mm-hmm.
the thug.
Yeah.
I love the thug.
Mm-hmm.
That is great.
So I pay $4 because there was 3 cards in her row, and now she's in one of my objective spots.
Interesting.
Nerf sounds back.
Don't you do it, John? Don't you do it?
So I like both of those checkmark objectives, the water and the food for
Yeah.
check marks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
yeah.
think I want to save $1.
Yeah.
For the water.
Yeah. Oh, well, that makes support the hospital super cheap for me, which gives me medicine.
You don't want that beautiful mechanic?
Oh no, that's what I'm getting.
That's fine.
I'm not leaving a purple on the table. Not for you.
I didn't want you to anyway.
I need an objective at least.
Alright, well, it's back to me, and the support the hospital is really good.
And it's cheap too.
But do I want to lock myself into that?
Do you have money left though?
I do. I do have money.
What?
Because I used my scout.
You're scooting ability.
I just don't like objectives that have food and water in them.
I mean, maybe if
Medicine
you had,
for points is really good.
if
I'll
you had
do it.
clean a fresh water source.
I'll do it. Give it. So now it refreshes the row.
Immediately.
And so
Boom.
Ooh, scouts.
Nice. There's
That's
the.
nice. Ooh, that's also nice.
Oh, Black Market. I love that one. Black Market.
$2 for a battery.
Yeah, Black Market's so good. So good.
I have no money left. Well, I have $1. I can't afford anything.
I have no money left.
I am
So
also
that's it?
out. So that's it. So
Can
I'll
I
pass.
convert my trucks into money?
No. So now we do. You can't convert your trucks into anything. Once they're trucks, they're trucks. You can always spend a point to gain a truck, but you can't spend a truck to do anything but truck.
Or $5 for a battery.
Okay. Cleanup. Mr. Kairos, you need to discard the right-hand card from each of those rows.
Black market.
Black Market.
And nothing needs to be refilled. No one has any water or food, so there's no of that. Everyone may discard one incomplete objective or unfinished objective, but you can't discard your emergency plan, which is fine. And then we secure districts. No one has managed to secure a district. It's pretty early. Though Steve's got 2 down. That's pretty good. Now we refresh hand and carry out checkmark actions. Because I broke the one dude's knees, I can refresh my hands. So I'm gonna pick up this stack of cards. And then I don't have any checkmark actions because it's early game, so I can't do that.
Actually, that's another good reason to send someone to the hospital. To get a refresh.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we doing now?
Refreshing hand.
I'm not. Okay.
In the round.
So it's end of round. So now John is a start player.
Yay.
John will get the dice.
Yay.
Whoop.
Do our
Books,
thing, John.
fuel, and tools.
Tools.
Fuel. Okay.
Okay. So now we plan and go again.
So I could do a thing.
You could do many things.
I kind of just want to do it because it's fun.
I'm gonna do a great thing.
It's because you're a great person.
I am. Wow. You have something you want to say out loud there?
I mean, I love you.
Oh, that's so sweet. I want to be trapped in a highly populated island when the power has been out for a couple months with you.
No, that's not what I said.
That's what I want to.
That's not what I said. No.
I'm not going to do it.
Be trapped on that with Steve.
No, do the thing that I was going to do.
Oh, okay. It's like, I mean, I didn't know that you were invited to this, but if you want to go instead, that's cool.
No, guys. I'm not gonna come.
Kabuki's watching Weekend at Bernie's. I just want to say, if the power's out, you could probably pull off a Weekend at Bernie's situation a lot longer than you could if the power were on. Just saying.
Oh.
Just saying.
Wasn't there a thing a few years ago when there was power shortages where you would do like a no power weekend or something? It was a thing, and
because there were brownouts and stuff.
yeah, I think it was in LA or something, where you would do like no power whatever days, and so you would everybody would go outside and you'd have like block parties and stuff and do like bonfires because it was summer, and then you would all go to bed when the lights went out and the bonfires burned out.
So LA turned to Portland, basically.
Yeah. I think my mom was telling me about that because I was born in LA. I don't remember it all because we moved when I was 2. So, yeah. Hero Logic voted for this. Woohoo, Hero Logic.
Yep.
Good vote.
Your vote matters.
It does. I have so few Patreons that vote. I also just don't have a lot of patrons. But I have so few that vote that a single vote can swing it.
I think when I was looking at the poll, it was 8 votes for this and 6 votes for the second place. So I don't know what the final total was, but it was probably
7.
in that ballpark.
It was 7 for this, and yeah.
Okay. Did it. I made decisions. Alright. Deploy volunteers. I'm going to get the blues. For books.
Books give you the blues.
I'm gonna spend a book. GPS. I'm gonna get $2. And I will get $3. I need some money.
I don't need money. You know what I need? I need to get 4 tools.
He did this. What? Last game, he just had 8 tools at the end of the game for no reason.
Don't knock it till you try it. Alright, I'm getting 4 tools.
He's doing what I was gonna do.
And then the blue...
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about it.
Oh no!
I couldn't do it because he ended up over there.
Yeah. I could have done it, but...
okay, so what was the blue? Blue is above. Okay, so then I've got 2 blues and 2 reds. And 4 of the same resource. So I will unlock my 0-6 slot.
We're not there yet. That's okay.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, we're not at complete objectives yet, baby. All of your stuff needs to go back on the board.
Hey, look where all my stuff goes.
He's way ahead of him. So, okay. I am doing a blue for a book. And then I'm doing 2 reds, which is tools, but I'm not getting tools. Instead, I'm spinning 2 trucks to drive to Medkit Town. So I used a red card, and so it had 2 slots on it, and so I only have to pay 1 truck to move. I'm moving the card, the person.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to pay 2 trucks because I was going 2 spots. But I could not send these 2 cubes to 2 different locations.
Oh.
Right.
I paid too many trucks when I played last night. I realized it was 1 truck per card. I thought it was 1 truck per resource.
No, it's 1 truck per card per spot.
That's super efficient.
But you only use trucks twice, so whatever.
Yeah. I only used it at the end. It didn't matter. I just, that is definitely good to know.
You had already lost. Anyway, I also played a doctor. So I get to use one of these meds to heal.
Mr. Blue's gonna get healed.
No, Mr. Blue's not gonna get healed.
Your leader.
I mean, I don't want to heal my leader.
These are
I'm
expensive.
gonna heal my double blue. I'm healing my double blue.
For 2?
For 2 points.
Happy
Okay.
with your decisions?
I mean, yes and no.
Objectives.
Yeah.
I cannot complete them. Steve, do your thing.
I'm gonna use 4 wrenches and 4 hammers in this row to get a 0 to 6 refresh on this.
What were you doing?
And 10 points.
Okay, and then I'm done with objectives.
Hey Robert, hey John. Yeah, Angela, I saw the post about Ambrosia. I'm really sorry. It's always tough, and it's been a really rough several weeks for you all. I'm really sorry. Trying not to cry. Because dogs. I will cry. But I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry to hear that.
Started choking up literally. Alright. We're on objectives?
It's okay,
Yes.
I know the Heimlich.
Oh god, no. Don't do it.
It's the cure for when someone's choking up is the Heimlich.
I can't complete any objective.
Okay.
I could have if I...
Scout. I think I will scout. Oh, let's do this area. Oh. That's nice. Let's do it.
Yeah, the scout token's going face up again. It's interesting.
So, I need to get to 5. Here's 3 plus 2.
Well done.
There's a tragic accident with...
Boo. Boo!
with yellow character.
Yeah. And then I get 4 points. Or 4 bucks, rather.
Ichi, get your own Chewy. It's over here. Ichi, get your Chewy. Yeah, that's right here.
Okay.
That's under the table.
Are you scouting?
Oh, no. I have no tokens, and I only have 3 people in my hand, so I can't do that.
I could scout if I wanted to send anyone in my hand to the hospital.
Notably, you can't send the doctor to the hospital.
You can't, but my doctor's not in my hand.
Yeah.
So any
So
of
no
these
one will be able
people,
to heal you.
anybody in my hand is free game.
Ichi, what you doing?
Sure, I'll scout because if I don't want to, it's free anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, boy! That's what I needed. All right, I'm scouting that for 4.
Wow, for 4?
Yeah.
What a deal.
Yeah.
Boom.
Which of you do I not want to have the chance of breaking your knees?
Well, if you have a scout token, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, you just. Oh,
I'm
okay.
just scouting.
Wow.
Look, times are rough. Plus, I want to refresh my hand. Times are rough.
Ooh.
Ooh, sorry.
Ah, the mechanic's out.
Yep.
That one's rough.
Yep.
All right. But I get a tool. Woohoo! Don't know if it was worth it, but it is because I will be able to complete this objective on the next
That's nice.
phase.
Alright, you
Next
can only scout
round.
once. Sure.
Yeah.
New
You know,
objectives. I would like something. What would I like?
Whoa, money bags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like money. Let's do that.
Ah, do I want that rice? I want the scout.
I mean, if you had organized food convoys and organized water, you're kind of set.
I know. I have the money for it too.
It's expensive.
Scout is also expensive. 2 rice. Oh, it's a tough choice. Let's try the checkmate. Nothing. I'll take the price.
You are good, sir.
Let's see what happens. I'm playing. Yeah, it fills.
Support the school. The kids are bored and we need paper for our exercises. You can turn a book into 3 points.
Wow, look at all that blue.
Wow.
You feeling blue? Alright. Steve, you buying?
Yes, I'm on.
We can bump the table as much as we want. The mic is now mounted. Don't get Ichi to bark.
Oh, sorry, Ichi.
She just looked at the door.
Ichi.
Uh,
Are you buying? No, you don't.
I'm not. Are you buying?
I said I'm not.
We're good then. Alright,
Yeah, we're done.
clean up.
Discard the rightmost on each of those.
No one's got anything that's gonna spoil. No one's securing districts. Who would like to refresh their hands? I would.
I would.
I would.
Talking about.
I would.
Boom, 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 boom.
Good job, team.
We've been playing games together too long.
Harmony is
All
a
three of
dead
us?
giveaway. Harmony is a giveaway.
Yes, you included because you know our shenanigans
do.
now.
There's no shenanigans here.
We don't shenanigans. I'll take these.
Oh. Kabuki says the boom operator needs to be fired. Hey, they're doing their job. They haven't moved.
The booms haven't moved.
Just
You know,
authenticity.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
boom operator's probably going to need a break at some point, but they're going to try to make it through to the end of the round, so they've got stamina.
So confused.
The boom operator, because the boom is in the shot.
Oh.
Like,
Well, so the boom that's in the shot is the boom for the camera.
Yeah.
Incidentally. It's in the shot because it's so close to the table to get the full overhead.
Golden dice.
oh, right, I have to do that first, because that impacts planning.
It is still in shot, yeah. Look, y'all are gonna make me fix this. I'm gonna fix it this way.
Y'all are going to make me lose my mind.
Lose-
In here. Okay, those were both fuel, so, okay. Rice. Water. And med ice sign.
Okay. Look, y'all are gonna make me do this. Is that the right way? Did I do it right? I didn't do it right. What am I doing?
Wow.
Is that right? Oh, that's the wrong camera. Never mind. Never mind. Wow, Steve.
Yeah,
What was that?
some things happened.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
it's not awful.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah,
This is true.
so I'm saying. Could be worse.
Did you know I don't have a lot of options?
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
I already knew that.
Did you ever know that you're the wind beneath my wings?
I already knew that.
It's a song about
You're a song about that?
that.
Oh! Ooh!
Like I said, theater of the mind. Just imagine you're in Tiffany's mind.
It's a weird place. It's not actually that weird, but it's dark. It's way darker than people realize. I don't even think Steve realizes how dark my brain is. Mostly because there's no light.
I mean,
the
I'm-
skull is like...
Yeah. It's pretty dark in there. I'd say let's shed some light on the situation, but...
So last night we were talking, and Steve said something about, like, I have your head, or, like, he was leaning his head on me, and I was like, your head, and, like, I couldn't focus or reach for stuff, and I was like, your head is really heavy. And he was like, he made an offhanded comment about how it wasn't that heavy, and I was like, no, like, human heads are really heavy. Like, do you know how heavy a human head is? And he was like, you mean like the skulls? And I was like, no, like the brain matter and blood. Do you know how much blood is in your skull right now? And then I started talking about all the blood vessels, and I was stroking his head, and I was like, there's so many facial blood vessels.
No. So I was saying, I think we only need to hang out. We're only gonna hang out outside in direct sun from now on, like just in case.
In public spaces.
Yeah, public spaces. If your skin starts sparkling, I'll be worried.
I was like, no, I'm definitely not a vampire. We know that.
No hikes in the woods,
Yeah.
especially not ones that shovels are brought. Yeah.
Just in case.
Just-
You never know.
yeah. Apparently, I learned this yesterday. I'm full of blood. Apparently, I thought I was just full of snarky remarks. And
no,
bad
it was
puns.
specifically your head.
Oh man, my head's.
Your
full
head
of
is full of a lot of blood.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why your heart is so close to. Okay, I'm just going down the
mhm,
rabbit
mhm,
hole again.
Yep.
It's a thing. Okay. I have to.
I'm planned.
I gotta stop thinking about the blood on your head and start thinking about this.
Kabuki asks, what is the cause of the blackout if it's an EMP or something, a solar flare?
They don't know. There's literally, like, the theme is so last second on this game, I feel. It's just like, there's a blackout. Nobody knows why. You gotta figure it out. And there's a campaign But, like, there's nothing in the game. There's, like, no secret card pack. There's nothing to, like, tell you what happens. The campaign is just you change different setup conditions.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Which is, I think, at least to me, it feels a little disappointing, because, like, they obviously went to set up this, like, it feels like a mystery, and then the mystery isn't...
The mystery is, like, what is the mystery?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you get to speculate on what it is, but when I heard there was this campaign, I was like, oh, the campaign probably reveals some of the story or some of the mystery. And it doesn't, which is a bit of a bummer. But season 2, there's hope.
Oh man, I was gonna do a thing.
But I did joke a couple times while we were playing. Like, it's nice to play a, like, scrounge help civilization game that's not zombie themed.
That's pretty good.
So
Alright, I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
Okay. That's definitely a silver lining, is there's no gory zombie cards or anything. It's we're all being helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
There's as much blood running between your head and your heart as the rest of your lower body. Did you know that?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Your brain needs a lot of blood.
There's more blood in my head
Your
than there is in
lungs.
this game. Fancy that. Okay, played a mechanic. I'm just getting 3 money because I don't have any tools. And then I played 2 blues. So we will go to the well that is Truck Tower. Ah! If only the lights were on. We could do renovations and everything. That sense. Okay. I'm as dumb as I'll ever be.
Okay. I'm gonna do that to get a med kit, and then I will do that to get 2 food, and then I will do that to get a water. And
we are in phase 2.
yeah,
You done?
yeah. Just keep coming on.
Get some food. And some medicine. And I'll pay a transport token. To get to more.
John.
Spreading out. Alright. Objectives?
Objectives phase. I'm not going to complete anything.
Okay. I'm going to complete the emergency plan C objective, because I have a tool token and a GPS token, so I get $5. And then I'm going to keep that out. I'm not going to milk it. I'm not going to pick it up yet. And then I'm also going to spend a water and a tool to complete this objective, which lets me take it in my hand and place a yellow token. Whee! Which is that one.
Very nice. I will spend a food and a tool. To complete... Did you spend your stuff?
Spend what stuff?
Your...
Yeah.
You did.
The tool and water? Yeah.
So I take that in my hand, and I get a yellow cube on the board, which is there. And that's all I'm going to do.
John.
That's his name, yeah. Okay.
That's true.
John.
Hi.
Alright. Let's scoot. Who wants to scoot? I'm not going to scoot. Tiffany, do you want to scoot?
Scooting is a reliable way to get people out of my hand that I actually want to have in my hand. So maybe I should not.
Oh no.
I will also pass.
Kabuki needs to go to the grocery store tomorrow.
Ooh.
We'll hold you in our hearts.
Yes.
So the cards below your tableau, that's where you play your cards through the thing, but the columns that you play them in are important for picking up. In addition, certain columns, you want to get the certain sequences of cards so that you can complete objectives. So I'm working on an objective right now that needs 2 purples, a yellow, and a red in a column, and another objective that needs 2 purples, 2 yellows in a column. So I have to plan my cards carefully and, like, think ahead for pickup reasons and stuff like that. So, yeah. Alright. Objectives done, scouting done, new objectives. Severino.
I mean, that's scout.
Yeah. That's good.
That's
Too bad.
for 2 bucks. I can't pass you up, Scout.
Alright, refill.
And a boom. And a boom. And a boom. Ooh, triple red. Also, you can help out the gas station if you give them the book and 2 food.
I have the money, but I will not. Yeah.
Feeling right there, Beth?
No.
I'll take your board.
I went to the grocery store today. Okay, he's buying triple red.
Oh, triple red.
We went to the grocery store yesterday at
Red.
noon. It was blissfully empty. And then I went today because we forgot something, and it was chaos. It was awful. Okay.
Like, is there maybe a thing, like if you wait long enough, it will stop being chaos because all the other.
Are you
people-
buying?
Everyone thinks that.
Oh no, not buying.
So you're gonna pass. I pass again.
I have to pass.
Discard the rightmost of every column, or part row, and then refill bottom dude. Sweet.
Double red. Bring tools to the farmer.
And then we have to clean up the board.
Run
So
the fire.
Steve and I both have a bunch of food.
The city park has been refunctioned to grow vegetables. I think it's been blackout for a while, right?
Yeah. It's like 2
Discard your
years.
food.
You have to discard your food.
Ah. It's like John's just handing me money.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Have money, Steve.
Alright,
Thank you.
secure districts. Nobody has secured a district.
Nope.
Refresh hand, then carry out actions. I cannot refresh my hand. Technically, you would be first. Do you want to refresh? Did you get your 10 points for doing this?
Yes. Yeah. I do want to refresh my. It has to be my biggest.
You have
column.
no check
It has
marks.
to be your column. Yep. And you have no check marks. I do not wish to refresh my hand.
I also do not wish to refresh my hand.
Sweet. That's the round. Now I am the lead.
Oh. Oh, I like this game.
I like it too. Okay, so I got 2 rice bowls, so I have to re-roll until they're unique. 2 gas.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Cooking rice, apparently. Okay,
There you go.
here we go. Okay. So now we plan. Ooh, perfect timing. Oh, no, but I wanted that, though. Yep. Alright, I'm ready.
Oh, that's gonna be so.
Oh, speaking of Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving food prep shopping, we got all of our food so that and I'm gonna cook it all tomorrow. So on Thanksgiving Day, we're not cooking anything. We're just streaming and playing games all day. We're actually gonna do an extra life stream. I haven't mentioned that fact yet, but we're gonna be streaming all day. Basically, we're gonna wake up, roll out of bed, shower, get dressed. That's important. Walk the dogs, and then we're gonna stream. So I don't know exactly what time we're gonna start streaming. Probably like 10 o'clock our time, maybe 9. But we're gonna stream all day, and we're just gonna play games we want, and we're gonna raise money for charity. Every $5 you donate gets you a ticket in the raffle, and if you spend $20, for every $20 you spend, you get an extra ticket.
Mm-hmm.
And the grand prize of the giveaway. What?
Where's the money going? Sorry.
Extra life.
So if every $5 gets you a life, $20 gets you an
Extra life. Yeah. We won't be doing the drawings during the stream for the giveaway games. Some of them we might, but you don't have to watch the stream to enter. You can donate anytime during the day. And on Black Friday, we'll have the replay available on Twitch and YouTube, so you can just donate then, and enter. And then we'll probably do the drawing on like Sunday, and contact people. So there's that. But I tweeted a picture of the games in the giveaway so far. We might go to the game store and pick up some more. And then the grand prize is a brand new copy of Wasteland Express Delivery Service that I opened and painted, and have been painting for a year. But it's time to give that away.
And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It is freaking gorgeous.
And I also am thinking of giving away my painted Mice and Mystic set. It's
Ooh.
the first It's the first set of mice I ever painted, and I painted 3 sets of Mice and Mystic sets before I did my tutorial videos. So it's like the roughest. So if you want like the first painted Mice and Mystic set, enter to win. It's gently used, that copy.
It's a collector's item. It's not.
Yeah.
But it's great. It looks wonderful.
Yeah. So we are not giving away a copy of Sunny Day now. My mom would be sad.
We really should have just bought like
I should have bought
like
so
10
many.
of them.
Yeah, I
It's
bought
so
2,
good.
and Steve was like, "You bought," because we were only gonna buy 1, and then I bought 2, and Steve was like, "You bought another one," and then we've already given that one away. So yeah, I should have just bought in a case. I could have gotten it home. Would have been fine. All right, on that delightful note.
Yeah, it's the best game we're not giving away. It also doesn't have US publishing.
I don't want 2 water, so I'm gonna use a truck. Hey, Black Dog Games could bring Sunny Day over.
Black Dog Games could bring Sunny Day over.
But it's actually not available. Somebody else already signed it. So I'm gonna use my truck to get 2 books instead. And then I get 2.
I will say,
fuel.
Black Dog Games is one of the hot new publishers I'm following right now.
Did you make a Twitter account for them?
No.
Alright, and then I get 1 more fuel. I'm loading up on fuel.
Yeah, lots of resources over there.
Yeah.
Done?
Yeah.
I get 2 water.
Whoa.
$3. And then a battery. And I'm done.
Alright, I've got my Scout, my Doctor, and my Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue is going to get me some medicine, and then the Doctor is going to immediately... Oh no, wait, is that now? Yeah, I'm gonna do it now. The Doctor is going to use that medicine to bring Mr. Blue back from the hospital, unlike some people, for 2 points. And then my Scout is going to use my book to give me a Scoot token. John, do you want a Scoot token? Scoot. Scoot. A Scout token, and then $2 for the Scouts. Thank you very much, John.
Alright.
Objectives.
I get my Thug.
Hey.
For 2 books and 2 gas.
Very nice.
I get to pick up my Thug card, and then I also get to put down on a purple city, so I get to do that, which is fantastic. I needed her. In addition, I completed this objective, so I get another $5.
Do face-up tokens help you with Scouters or only face down? They give you an extra Scout thing.
Face down.
Only face
So
down
these
will
ones
help
don't.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are in-game points. Cool. Cool. I am 1 card away from doing that one, which makes me sad. And 1 card away from doing that one, which also makes me sad. But now it's John's turn to complete objectives.
Alright. I've got a big turn. First, I'm going to do this one. So I've got 2 yellows, a purple and a blue.
Very nice.
$5.
No.
I spend $10 because I got 2 purples and 2 yellows with that.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of that and get some 10 points. And then I'm going to spend my last $2 plus my 2 water to complete this. Which gives me a point. And then I'm just going to finish this.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that gives me a wild goose card, which I'll do there. And I'll spend a battery and a book. Get that one. Give me another point. And I'm going to go ahead and play this one.
Yep.
should give me another wild one. Should do that. Which should give me A to A. Gives me that for $5. Which I'll go ahead and finish that one too.
Yep.
And then that gives me a wild one. And I think I'm gonna do that.
John secured a district.
Teachable moment.
Alright, so now we scout. Oh, did you want to do any objectives?
Gee. Maybe I'll do none of them.
Okay. Scout. Does anyone want to scout? I do not.
I do not.
I would love to scout.
I believe I have shot myself in the foot.
Grab those before they go.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna use 6.
You look first, honey. Oh, unless you're doing...
I'm doing that middle one. I'm grabbing the 2-pointer. Yep. And then... Just your one job is don't send the one to the hospital that I want to not go to the hospital.
Whoops. That was really good.
I mean, oh no.
Alright.
I already gave you 2 points.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I'll just take away my 2 points.
Okay. Now we... New objectives. Ooh. Ah. I want to get that double red. Double blue for cheap is good too. I'll do double blue for 2.
Thank you.
Alright, John, what do you want?
I want to see some new cards.
Do you want to get a train running?
No.
No? Do you want an awesome mechanic?
Yes.
Or do you want an awesome mechanic? Who shuffled these?
I'll take an awesome mechanic. And I want the...
Oh, they're different, honey. They're different.
They're
Oh,
different. I
sorry,
want
they're
the
different.
cheaper one. The one with 4 instead of 5.
Wait, what?
The one on the right.
The one with less points.
Well, they both have a 4 and a 5.
One gives you less money.
Right.
So I want the one that gives you less money.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry. I overconfident that.
Pure logic. The river hits my friendly local game store tomorrow. Tempted after watching your stream. Yes. Yes.
If you want to force some people you know and love to learn worker placement.
We played it with Beth Sobel and her partner this weekend, and they both really liked it. They were like, "Yeah, this does what it says on the ton." I don't think they would go out and purchase it. I don't think they need that kind of game, but they both definitely were like, "Oh yeah," like they understood where we were coming from with it. So that made me happy. Validation. Okay. Are you buying a card?
I'm checking.
John gets confused when he hears us say John.
I've always wanted to get a train running.
It's a good name. I approve.
I have a lot of games about getting trains running. Do you want to... Actually, we don't have a game about building
the bonus
a train.
at the bottom, is that always when you do it? Or is it only if you do both objectives?
You have to do both. You have to complete the whole card.
Yep. And that gives you money bonus. Interesting.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Nice.
Is there a game about building a train?
But building a train?
Yeah, not building like a railway and a train track, but like building a train.
Yardmaster, kinda.
No, that's like you're putting cards.
Yeah,
on
you're
it.
putting
but
cards
like
on,
building
like
like a
actually getting an
locomotive
engine
and like kitting it out.
Oh, well.
We could work with the train museum.
I was gonna say
They
Isle
would
of
teach
Trains.
us so much. I love change your building the thing. Hey, Danny! Danny and Derek do board games. Doing the board games that's Danny and Derek. You can have that.
It's a jingle.
Jamie
It got-
thinks that.
It's if someone does the Carlton dance to it like John just did, it's official.
Yardmaster is just assembling the train. Yeah, it's assembling a train. Isle of Train and Yardmaster.
Oh, 2 food, that's nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
Very cool.
I will not buy another card.
Alright, we're good.
No, but I could support the school for very cheap now.
You're not going to be able to support the school for very long. The school's going away. Goodbye, school.
I do love book engines. Books for points.
The book engine is called a library.
Books for points.
Or like burning the books to feel anything.
Oh,
Book
no.
engine? No.
I'll get a book engine. Sure.
Interesting. Which means we're going to get 3 cards, but then one of them will go away. Which will it be?
Really?
Will it be the 2 red?
No.
Hey, mediocre
Will
gamer.
it be the politician?
That's amazing.
I love the
Or
politician.
will it be
3 yellow. That's
the
Oh.
triple yellow?
Triple yellow's going bye-bye.
Oh, we're not paying up yet, are
No, we are. Oh, no, John can buy.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's
Okay.
right.
Oh, we can't afford it.
Yeah,
Right.
alright.
You could abort.
Oh.
You could buy.
we? No,
You
he's
can't
full
buy
up.
any of the new stuff.
I could buy
He's
it.
full.
Oh, yeah, you're full. You
Oh,
can't
no,
buy.
yeah.
Alright, then.
That's it. No one has any perishable goods. You can discard an objective if you want to.
During cleanup, you can discard an objective, yes.
Alright. We got a district that's securing.
Yes. So, teachable mind! So, all of the search tiles that are there go away. I just put them there. John gets to pick which house checkpoint he wants to unlock. Yay! And then John will he has 4 cubes down around that district, so he gets 5 points. And Steve has 1 cube, so he gets 2 points. And that was securing a district!
It's easy.
Woohoo!
Even you can do it.
Okay. On that delightful note, it's delightful.
Well, it's time to refresh our hands.
I will refresh.
Sure.
And that gets me all my check marks, which is a food and a water, and I'll turn my that thing into the battery.
I will refresh. I do not have checkmark action, so probably
I
should.
should have done a different thing on my turn.
Regret.
I
Is
have
an
so
important
much
part. Is an
regret.
important part of every post-disaster cleanup is
You
the
have all
regret
of them.
that you couldn't do more. You couldn't save those people. Just have to live with it.
Okay. On that awful note. Cool. Why, John, are you humming the Danny and Derek theme song?
I am. It's catchy.
Okay.
Are we planning now?
We are planning, yes.
Oh,
I'm first
sorry,
player.
you're first player.
Yeah, re-roll though.
Oh yeah, this is an important part of
I'm
the
like, I
planning
don't
process.
even care about the rules.
Can
I'm
you
just
just-
like, this
can
is
you
what
just-
I'm doing.
Can you just roll what I want, John?
Food, books, and medicine? Is that what you wanted?
Food, books, and minute. I'm like playing the cards. Like it doesn't even matter. I just have to play these cards. Ah! Okay, let's do that. I'm ready. Danny and Derek do board games. For the board games, it's Danny and Derek.
I mean, you really can't get much catchier.
Final Rabbit's playing Onirim right now. Pure Logic wants to know, does mediocre gamer drink eggs and beer? I think it's because of the mediocre. I like how they asked if we should allow the phrase beer. We allow beer. Yes. And I drink.
Yeah, beer is a thing that people drink. That is not a horrible thing. There are horrible things that people
Oh yeah,
say.
I was like, wait, do I have a mod in Twitch? We have Kabuki. Kabuki's a mod, so we're good. Yeah, but
Mod-
you don't need a mod
mod's
on right now, Kabuki. There is a thing. Danny's like legit might have to make that theme song a thing.
It's good. Done.
Turkey and games, Gamesgiving! Woo!
Oh no, I can't put 2 in one column. Did you know that? Did you know that I can't put 2 in one column?
I did know that. All right. John has 4 columns. I'm gonna have 4 columns soon.
I know. I'm working on it, but it's a tough road.
This 10 would be amazing.
John, did you do the marker last time, or is it?
Tiffany did.
Tiffany did.
It's John's turn now.
It was my turn. Let's do that. Are you all ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And then two yellows.
Yeah, Danny Derek, we are going to have both turkey and games. We're going to stream games and eat turkey that somebody else cooks.
Yeah, no, I'm cooking the turkey.
We're going to eat turkey that we cooked and play games.
I'm going to cook the turkey tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to cook.
I'm gonna get $4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get spin the book.
We're going with Gamesgiving.
$2.
Because... Oh, okay. Mediocre's doing a Gamesgiving with their friends. We're doing Gamesgiving because we're giving games away on Thanksgiving. Well, we're giving them away after Thanksgiving, but we're streaming all day on Thanksgiving and talking about how we're giving away games on Thanksgiving. Yeah. Oh, Jaime, you have weird knowledge about beer and egg combos. Just gonna put that out there. Derek, I am not going to PAX. I am happy to be staying home.
If you don't go to PAX, you don't get the PAX Pox. Is that a thing?
PAX Pox is totally a thing.
I'm done.
Alright, as for me, I get a 2 red
You don't need to watch the stream to enter
A
the
yellow.
giveaways.
and a 2 red.
Not at all.
I am actually going to take both the trucks off Truck Tower.
I'll be tweeting about it all day
I'm
on
gonna turn
Thanksgiving.
this yellow into a fuel. Two trucks.
The East Coast is very
Goodbye,
far
trucks.
for us to travel
And
to,
then I'm going to get 4
so we don't do it very often.
reds.
Oh. So that food.
Yep. It's a food feud.
Okay.
It's a feud.
Alright. I'm gonna do that for 2 blue, which is medicine. And I'll do that for a red, which is food. Why am I getting food? Oh, I know why. There's absolutely nothing to do with the fact that people need food in the cold. And then I get another book.
Okay. Objectives. I am completing none.
I'm completing the scoop.
Scoop-a-doop.
With 3 food and a fuel.
Yep. And get a purple placement.
Place a purple people eater. I will place a not purple placement. And then that scout goes into my hand to do some scooping.
Okay. I have done both of the board objectives this round.
Wow.
So I spent 4 medicine, and I have 2 blues and 2 reds, so I get 10 points for that one.
You're
and now
cutting it close in terms of cards there.
I have 1 card left.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so now I have that back, and then I also spend $10.
And you have 0 money left.
I have 0 money left, but I have 2 purples and 2 yellows, and I
Very
get
nice.
my 4th slot. Woo!
I'll be up to tied first.
Yeah.
Amazing. And do you want to take your card home?
What card? I didn't do any card.
Oh, no, sorry. You didn't do that one.
No, I realized if I had picked it up, I could have. I should have just. I'm like, I want to be a completionist on this card every game, and I just shouldn't be. I just shouldn't.
You probably shouldn't.
But I've already become one and locked in, so.
Alright.
I recommend not doing it.
Scouting. I would like to scout. In scouting, I would like to scout for... $2 That's not bad. I need books though. Yeah. I'm gonna go something.
Oh, when you complete an objective with points, do you get the points?
What?
No. That's just endgame points, right?
Yeah, that's just in there.
Where's the money again? It's 5, and then $4. It becomes a scout token because I already have a money one. Oops, that's not nothing.
To the hospital with you.
Okay.
I have to work Friday too. I work Friday and Saturday.
Ooh.
Yeah, Black Friday and small
That's rough.
small shop small Saturday or small business Saturday.
What were we doing?
Scouting?
I'm working
scouting?
retail.
I'm not scouting.
Woohoo!
Who's scouting?
Scout?
I'm not scouting.
Objectives. I would like. Anyone guess?
Let's-
Politician. Oh, such an amazing combo. And John's engine has become unstoppable.
The Genjin.
Engine.
That didn't work as well as I did. I'm gonna pass.
I also passed.
Okay, buy one.
I have no money. Why are you surprised by that?
2
Worth
red
red
cards.
cards. I'll pass.
Alright, they all get discarded.
They all get discarded. That's
They
amazing.
all white.
Alright, who's ready? It's the black market.
I get
It's the double yellow. It's the scout drone.
I also get $2.
It's the double red.
We all get $2.
It's the double yellow. It's security. I haven't actually seen that yet.
Security.
Turn it.
Also another
You get points. Support the school. Tiffany's favorite. Oh no, it's different. That one was support the school. Double blue and triple yellow.
Security gives you
2 points and then 2 more points.
Just straight up points.
That's nice.
Yeah. Okay. Secure districts.
There are none.
Woo! Refresh. I have 1 card.
I will refresh.
I get this giant bad boy that's got my doctor, so I can get stuff back again. I went too long without these cards. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Alright, Steve's first. Stevie refreshing?
Yep.
Okay, roll it.
Rolling.
Nervenstein asks, would you say you're enjoying the game or just taking turns as it were? I am enjoying the game. I'm also already knowing how I would play again. Better next time.
Alright, some cards went down, everybody.
There's a dice, not cards on it.
Some dice went down, everybody.
You're so cute.
Mhm.
I need so many cards back from what I put down. I have 4 columns. Doesn't help me, but I have them.
Alright, mistakes might have been made, but we're good now.
Vinyl Rabbit likes their beer and coffee at room temperature. I also like room temperature. Just a little over.
For that, and that'll be good. For that, and that'll be good. And let's do this. Okay, I'm done.
Alright, Steve.
Alright, to play volunteers and specialists, we're gonna do a red, a double blue, and a red. So 2 reds get me 2 tools, and a double blue gets me 2 blues.
I'm gonna do my scout to get $2, and then I'm gonna spend thank you, my fuel to get a GPS token, and then I also won't do that first. I'm gonna do my thug to spend $4
That's nice.
to get 4 medicine.
Yeah.
3. Sorry, there's another thug I gave you 4. And then I'm gonna use the doctor to heal my mechanic.
For one of those medicine, right?
Yeah, for one of the medicines. Thank
Okay.
you. And then I use the red card to get a tool.
Yes. I'm gonna do blue transport to get 2 medicine. I get a battery, and I get to activate one of my check marks, which will be a water. I will get a red. And I will get 2 reds.
I do nothing.
Wow. Oh yeah, because you already went.
Objectives.
Objectives.
I do nothing.
I have 17.
I'll spend 2 water, a battery, and a tool to complete my politician. Gets me a purple, which I'll do up there.
Oh, wait, sorry. When I healed my mechanic, I should have gotten 2 points. King. Oh!
Actually, I do. It's only 14. Well, that's supposed to be the others. Steve! Yeah.
Alright, who wants to scoot?
I will scoot.
Steve gets switch first.
Well, yes. Steve,
Oh, sorry,
yeah,
I'm not scooting.
You're not scooting?
No.
Would you say you're tooting?
Scooting, scooting.
Are you booting? I'm scooting. I'm gonna scoot here. For something helpful. None of these are helpful. They're all the same, in fact. Which
Really?
isn't helpful.
That's
They're all
Oh
tools.
my gosh.
Yeah. I do want the tools, but I want the endgame points more than the tools. I'll scout that one. They're both yellow, so it doesn't matter. So I get 2 tools. And then that's upside down. So help me scout in the future.
I'm gonna take this one for 4.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I have 1 already. It's just 3 more. There's 3. Choose wisely. I need to choose a blue. Thank you. That's 1.
Alright.
The objectives.
New objectives. There's a lot of like really interesting card combos you can do, and like the way the resources work with the dice and the cards is so itchy.
Oh. Sorry, I did mean to do an objective. Can I retcon? Yeah. I'm not to do
$5.
I forgot that's an objective.
So it's like a card management you have to like plan what column you're gonna play to, like only for the purposes of card objectives and also for purposes of picking up.
Yeah.
So like I played my doctor specifically to this column because this is the column I'm picking up this round and I need my doctor back immediately. So I almost played something else here and then I was like, wait, no.
I'm
Have
gonna
to, yeah.
Pay 4 for this double yellow.
So that part's interesting and spicy.
What's that far right one? Is that just an extra token or extra.
The security guard or the
Yeah.
you get
it's
an
a
extra
GPS.
Yeah, it's just a GPS.
You just get a permanent
Just
GPS.
GPS token.
Yeah.
Black market, $2 for batteries. Not bad. I'm gonna take that one.
Yeah, black market's amazing.
That's 3.
There's a campaign mode in it, and I feel like the campaign mode was more targeted towards solo, but they opened it for other players. And the campaign mode all you do is you have a different setup.
Yeah.
And then there's like public objective plans, and that's
Could
it.
buy another one.
Oh, sorry. I am passing.
Do
I pass. So now, yeah.
It's on full.
Security wouldn't be I think okay. Clean up.
Alright.
I get $2.
Card. Clean up, David.
So does Steve.
Steve gets more than $2. Steve.
I get 4.
Oh, I didn't see that hidden. Keep that.
And then discard the columns. That sounds pretty good, Van Rabbit. Steve has celiac, so he can't have gluten, and most of my favorite Thanksgiving sides have gluten. So we actually went and bought
secure
sides
objectives, nothing secure.
pre-made from our grocery store, where we each bought the sides we wanted. So I got gluten-full deliciousness.
I wouldn't have never been up.
Yeah, it happened if you can't.
Right.
Refreshing.
Alright,
I will
secure,
refresh
refresh.
these.
I am not going to refresh.
So it gives me a.
Well, secure districts, we nobody did it.
Yeah. Well, I said secure district. Nobody did it.
You know both.
I get a few water.
And then I refresh. You want to go first?
I think I'm gonna spend that battery for a few months.
You can see the battery, John.
We could use the battery, John.
Yeah. Secure district. Get you the battery, John.
Alright, so I go first. I'm pretty gluten starved. When we go out to restaurants, like, where there's gluten options, I definitely get the gluten options. Okay.
That's huge garbage.
You could have rolled. Okay, maybe it was my turn. Mediocre says that their wife also has celiac, so they're having a somewhat non-traditional Thanksgiving items, but then their buddy and them will have some tasty rolls.
How to do it?
Yeah. Last few years, or no, a couple years ago, we did a gluten-free Thanksgiving, and it wasn't bad. But there's, childhood memory side dishes and stuff that Steve just can't have, from a 10-foot distance.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just,
Well, I don't mind,
Yeah.
Go to
So.
Tom. Do what you need to do.
I love Satan. It's a type of Satan, not yeah.
Mhm,
Anyway,
mhm.
the chat is saying Seitan is basically a gluten. It's just gluten. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pure gluten.
It's pure gluten.
There's
Yeah.
other things that sound like gluten that aren't. So like, yeah, monosodium glutamate is actually not related to gluten, and glutinous rice is just called glutinous because it's sticky. So
Yep.
Yeah.
it's a different spot.
2 blue, but I'm paying a truck to drive it to
Love me
Food
some
Town.
MSG.
And then I have a doctor to heal my leader, who's been out of the game the entire time. 3 points for me. And then I picked my doctor up. I meant to pick up my leader. And then my mechanic. But first I split this one to get a tool, to actually get a tool. And then my mechanic is going to use that tool and get me a total of $6.
Wow.
Yep.
Yep. I'm gonna get a battery, and I'm gonna activate one of my things, and I'm gonna activate. What is it? Huh. Oh, I know this. Water. Get a water and a battery. 2 blues. But I'll spend one of those tools to get $8. And then I'll spend oh no. Okay, so my checkbox activation, instead of getting water, I was gonna get food. And I was gonna spend a food. Get the cube down on the board. There. And I'm done.
Alright, I got a blue, a yellow, and a blue. Now we'll get me 2 tools and a water.
Instead of water, you got food? What do you mean?
I got to activate check mark.
Got it.
And so I wasn't getting water.
Damn, your leader. Oh, wait, that's what my leader does too.
Everyone's leader does that.
Alright.
Wait, your leader does what? Oh, a battery.
No,
Activates the
Oh,
check mark.
activate the check mark. Oh. That's amazing.
Alright, you done? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Complete objectives! Woohoo! Cool. Okay, so I'm supporting the school. So 2 race and 3 tools. Just carefully extracting that means I get 3 points, please, and I get a new checkmark card. Woohoo!
Entry. Oh no.
And I get to put a cube down, so I can do that. So that means I've completed this objective, so I get $5. And I also get another checkbox card, and that clears, and so I get to put another one down, so I'm going to do that. So I have secured district. Finally. And then I have to be done. I'm done.
I'm completing my black market. So I get a food and 2 medicine. I'll spend the battery. Get me 2 points, please. And get my cube done, which I'll go right there.
Alright, I am just going to complete the 4th card tray. To put the cards into, because I have 2 copies and 2 rolls. John, if I could give you $10. Oh, Tiffany gets one.
Hey, Laggy.
It's not a kickback. 10 bucks.
Nice.
That
Neck and neck.
Alright, scouting. I will not scout.
I want scouts.
I will also not scout.
Okay, new objective cards. I would even look at these.
Money. 2 food for 4 points. Pretty great.
Anyways. Spend 2 food to get 4 points. Yeah, that's pretty good.
3 points. Also.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I should pick up cards, but like, I don't pick up the. Pick up the double red. Cheap one. That's not cheap. I mean, I guess it's okay.
Well, the one that costs less money.
This one does cost more money. They only cost less.
Well, it's immediately costs less money.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, sorry.
It's $3.
Yeah.
I will buy. Oh, double yellow. I need to save money.
Kabuki wants to know if we have a big plan of when games will happen during Gamesgiving. We don't. We're gonna start the day with Little Prince Build Me a Planet because it'll be the morning, and we'll need something lighter. And then we'll probably play something light again. Maybe like Easter Island. And then we'll probably play Zaya.
Yeah. So that's probably a like
a
late afternoon, early evening.
Noon or 1 o'clock.
Noon or 1 o'clock.
Noon or 1 o'clock-ish.
I'm not buying anything. I'm broke.
You buying another card?
Could buy another card.
See.
Oh, triple blue. Triple blue. Triple blue. Triple blue.
Triple blue.
And then
I love you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Boo, I say. Boo. I
Uh,
don't think I want any of this.
we're gonna start
I
either
also-
9 a.m. or 10
Yeah.
a.m. our time. Probably more likely 10 or somewhere in between.
I'm good.
And then we'll stop. We'll probably take a break in the middle of the day to walk the dogs. And then we'll just stream until we're done. I work the next day.
Tiffany first.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just carrying this district. So this way. And then I had decided what I wanted to do, and then I forgot. And I'll do that one. And I get
3 points.
3 points, and John gets 2 points.
I will secure that one.
Mega district.
All the points.
And do I want money for points? I think those points.
John gets 14 points, and I get 2 points.
And
Steve
I
gets
get 3
3.
points. I seem to forget my points.
Okay.
But it's out of love, I know.
Refresh hands.
I will refresh my hand.
I'll refresh my hand, which means I get to do checkmark actions.
I will also refresh my hands, but I do not have any.
And I get a water.
I will do this one to turn a medicine into a battery, and then I can turn a gas into 3 points, but I'll actually turn the battery into 3 points.
I'll spend $4. I'll take 2 points, please.
Also, I can turn a book into 3 points, so I'll turn a book into another 3
I'll
points.
take 3 points for tools and points. And then what's that do?
Yep.
Alright. Oh, did you wipe? You didn't wipe and clean up, did you?
Wait, what?
The cards. Because there should be
No.
one less card on that.
Genre roll.
Tools, books, and books.
Can't have too much book there.
Water and gas. Oh, that is pretty one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
That's rough.
Did you roll those books again? Oh, yeah, of course.
Anyway, as I was saying, I don't know what time we'll finish. I have work. Black Friday, I'm working retail at 8 a.m. So, we won't go crazy late, or if we do, Steve will solo stream if he has the stamina for it. But otherwise, we'll probably, play 2 shorter games in the morning, then we'll play Zaya, and then we'll probably take a break, walk the dogs, and then we'll probably play something other than more heavy-ish again, like Zularetto, Aquiletto Duel, something. And we'll probably play another game after that. We'll probably do dinner, and then we'll probably play another game, and then we might play some shorter games in the evening. So, yeah. We're not really setting a time for it, because we want it to be like a fun thing. We don't want it to be stressful. So, being loosey-goosey, more of a just come hang out with us to avoid family, or if you're not hanging with family or friends. Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
Water. 2. Oh no. I made mistakes.
I always forget. Cleanup happens after scouting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 2. And I'll spend a few for thing. Let's go.
Full blood.
That's what I was thinking.
Just full blood.
That's what I was thinking.
John, you?
I'm done.
2 blue, 2 yellow, and a scoop. So, 2 yellow, 2 blue, and then I turn one of those fuel into scout. In fact, I have 2 money and a scout token.
Okay. 2 blue. And then 2 red. And then instead of 2 blue, I'm going to pay a point as a truck to do 2 water. And then yellow, I'll spend my truck. Sorry, to turn that yellow into 2 books. That's my
Objectives, that kind of me.
cards. I can complete this objective for 3 books and 2 water. So I will gain 3 points, and I'm picking it up.
Nice.
So I get 3 points, and I get to put a thing down on a city of my choosing. Oof. Alright, well, I secure this district. Then I will also complete this objective for 2 fuel and 2 tools. Which gets me the card in my hand, and then I get to place on Blue City. I am not close to any blue cities. But I must place on it. Like, this isn't optional. I can't forfeit this cube placement. I have to do it.
So you have to spend a point.
So I have to spend at least 1 point to place here. I could spend more to place on other blues, but, like, I really just wanted the card. So, but the card will give me 4 points at the end of the game, and it's really helpful, powerful. So, that is my turn.
Okay. Scouting. I choose not to scout. Steve?
I scout. And an option for scouting is do the probe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so spend 4.
So you get to choose after you look, right?
Yes. So you look first. So you can probe or you can do the thing.
I'm not going to scout.
Okay. I will not scout.
Okay. New objectives. Oh, there's not a lot out there, is there?
Mediocre Gamer is waiting for us to start publishing.
Black Games or some other name?
I'll take that
I
3-point red.
Black Dog Games sounds really good. I like 2 Dog Games. Because we wanted to, like, allude to the fact that it's 2-player games.
Or 2 dogs. 2 dogs.
2 dogs. Well, 2 dogs.
Plural is hard, yeah.
I like 2
games.
dog games.
I'm not buying it.
Oh man. Some great cheap options.
Yep.
Double dog.
Ooh, I'm buying that.
Double dog says oh hi me. Double doggo would also be good.
Double doggos. Doggo would be rough. I would put double dog. Kind of sounds like double dog dare.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd do that one.
Do you want to help the doctor? Speaking of double dog dares.
Double
Help the
dog.
doctor establish a workshop? Don't know why the doctor needs a workshop. That sounds a little...
They gotta make their own tools.
And occasionally run lightning into the patients.
No.
Alright.
So,
Clean up. Get a GPS token.
One for me too, Mr. John.
Alright.
Secure districts. I'm doing this one. And the one I'll just go get is...
Double Dogs. I feel like Double Dogs is already a company. Double Dogs Games or something, yeah.
Probably.
No, if we're gonna do it, I want something that's like alludes to the fact that we focus primarily on games that are 2-player. Solo/2-player.
Yeah, so double dog games would be.
Yeah, Double Dog Games.
Yeah, the Marines have the market on double. Yeah, the double dog is a Marine thing. 2 dogs.
Securing districts. Okay.
Oh, and I get 3 points. Steve gets 2.
Steve, you get 2 points. I am securing this district, so I'll do the one that turns money into points. Yes. And then I will get 5 points. And John gets 2 points.
Behind me says duo dogs.
Duo dogs.
It's hard to say over the phone. But...
Duo dogs. Dog duo. Yeah, that one has meaning. Dog Productions.
Dog duo.
Dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
Dog.
Okay.
Secured districts. We did it.
Refresh hands. I will refresh.
I will refresh as well.
And I will not because reasons.
So I get a food and a water.
Oh, well. No, actually, I can refresh this time. So
I will trade $4 and for a 2 points, please. I will trade a 2 land for 3 points. I will trade $2 for a battery. And I will trade a book. No, I'm gonna keep my book. Yeah, let's try it. You can spend multiples.
Yeah. That's the only way to get to like the highlands.
Scouting is just one.
Yeah. Alright. Did we trash from those
No.
columns? Yeah, because that would have ended the game. So we're on the last round of the game.
So?
Oh yeah.
2, 3. Teacher in need of meds. There she is. 1.
Oh.
Alright, so the deck is depleted, but we don't need to draw one. Does it still end it?
Yes,
Or
it's
is
when
it
the
when
deck
you-
is depleted.
Okay.
So
this is the last round.
this is the last round of the game. So we finished this round, which we just did with refreshing. So now this is the last round, and Steve's leading it. How perfect.
Oh,
In Australia, Two Dogs was a well-known
Oh.
alcohol made of lemons when I was a kid. See if you can find some old ads. They're quite funny. Oh. There you go.
Alright, if anyone was curious if things would change,
Seriously?
but it did not.
Jeez.
Things I don't need. Things I don't need at all. So. Oh, but I can spend points to get the things that I need.
You can spend trucks. Yes, points.
Medicine is the furthest away. So
Yeah.
awful.
I don't actually care about it. Helps. Well, that one helps a little. I don't think that much of it. Oh.
And I was just looking at my hand, I'm like, wow, this is let's do that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. Maybe. Yeah, okay.
Hey, this is my best option. Terrifying.
Two Dogs. I mean, I like Two Dogs.
I like 2 dogs.
Two Dogs. This
Oh.
is the right.
It's the right number of dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got 2 hands.
So,
So, 2 dogs. Blackie is wondering how Blackout is. Blackout has a very dark board.
yeah, we like it.
I like it. I am perennially bad at it.
These aren't worth anything, really. Doesn't matter for the deck.
What aren't working?
Transfer tokens.
No, they're not. 2 wee paws could be your
That. Oh.
dog squared. Square dog.
Square dog?
Because each is kind of square sometimes.
I like 2 dogs. So, you know, what do you like?
That one's an actual, either water's empty or go outside.
Yeah, that's what it is. Jen, you're still playing, right? Just keep playing.
I'm done. Sorry.
Or is she doing that because Ichi has both chews?
That's a more determined bark than my sister has both chewies, I think.
She's done that before.
I know.
Could be 2D
You were
dog
losing
or 2D
so
games.
much hair, little one.
We're out of water. Or is this because
I think we're a little bit of both. He's just really into chewies on him. Fucking fur texture, and she's just... What?
I heard you say something else.
Plucking.
Oh.
She's shedding. I'm plucking fur tufts.
Yeah, I heard something else.
Look, she gets like these tufts of hair.
I'm far away.
Cause she's a corgi, and apparently her winter coat is... I don't know what's happening. Hey, you done? How many chewies do you have? Just do one. Dogma.
It's fine. We're all
Two
fine.
dog games. Oh, I like that! Mediocre. 2 dog games with the number 2.
Oh yeah, 2 dog.
Instead of spelled out.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Could be 2D.
2D.
Ah,
All of our games are 2D.
Yeah.
We make 2D games. 2 dog games. You almost hit that.
I know.
You almost did.
Probably did a little bit. All right, who's ready?
Let's do this.
Who's ready to deploy volunteers and specialists? I'm going to deploy the doctor
Welcome back, Founder Rabbit.
and the mechanic and the scout. This is a very purple turn. And 2 reds. So my 2 reds are going to be 2 tools, but I'm going to spend 2 points to make them into 2 meds.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will spend one of my tools that nobody cares about to get $6. And then I will spend one of these meds to get my meter back, which will get me 3 points.
Nice.
6
points.
$6.
You get 6 points.
Yeah.
3 points, but 6 points.
Yeah.
And then I will use one of these fuels to get another GPS token. And that is all of my shenanigans.
Okay. I get a battery and to activate a thing, but first I get 2 blues, and I'm going to spend 3 points to turn those blues into medicine. But it'll pay off in the end, I think.
Turn those blouse upside down.
So, the activate that I'm going to do is this one to turn one of the medicines into 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, look, I got it back. Cool. So that was my activation of that. And then I get 3 blues, so hey, I actually get the 3 fuel. Why was I doing that? Oh well. We'll find out later.
Feels points.
Yeah, fuels points. Don't know why I needed 3, but sure. Oh wait, no! The 3 was gonna be the medicine.
Oh.
And then 2 fuel. That was it. And then I do a yellow to make a yellow water. What are you doing? I'm making water. Okay.
Good?
Yes.
I'm gonna make a water. I will make food into a place to be. I will get battery. I will activate. Get what? What's I doing? That common thing.
Good dog games.
Good
Yes.
dog games.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You can retcon.
Just
good dog games is a good one.
Yeah.
Good dog games is
Consider.
really good. They're good dog games.
And then I'll activate that to get
They're
They're
good.
good games, dog.
They're good games, dog.
that for my check mark.
Ah. Good deuce games. Dog deuce games.
And then I will turn in one of these.
Dark Angel. Oh, that sounds
Yes.
familiar.
Yeah.
The EMP
Dog day
Maybe.
gaming.
Dog Day Gaming.
Dog day gaming.
Done.
Alright.
Objectives. Alright, this is tough because I gotta pick objectives before I scout.
We have a furinator for Ichi, and I use it, but like I have to brush her every day, and this season is so bad.
Alright, well, let's do this. Let's do
I
$4,
don't like to, 'cause I
and
do
then
that.
I've got 2 reds and a purple.
Ichi and I both don't like how loud the vacuum is.
I get 1, 2,
3. I did an objective. I get 3 points. And a Pasamente, so I'm gonna get an anything and a yellow, and maybe an anything. Oh, oops. Sorry, that was this one. Okay. No, I'll do that one. And then I will do 2 tools and my last Medicino. That gets me the 3 points, so I messed it up. Yep. And then this gets me...
This would have gone in your hand also.
Yeah. Oh. Right. Well, yeah. That's where my hand is.
Deuce equals do. Double.
So this gets me anything. And we don't score those for districts unless we actually score the district or X.
Mm-hmm.
How much is this? Which gets me my D, which gets me another $5.
And you might as well complete that objective as well.
No,
So
but
you wouldn't
then
have
I
D2D.
wouldn't have gotten the D.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Sorry.
So that was the conundrum.
Yeah.
Did you get your $5?
Yeah.
I obviously was thinking about my turn. AP games. Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's jinxing it.
Cheat and Steve games.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that gives me my last placement. Is there something that might be...
Look another way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a red one, right?
Yeah, it's really cool.
All right.
Thanks to the telegraph, which was invented back in the 1800s.
I complete
We were included.
both objectives. So I get
Yay.
$4 for that one and a red placement. Hey, look. And then I get $4 for that one and 2 points and anything I want. So I'll do there. Yeah, that one's actually your objectives. Because both of those were card completions, and I have the same cards in one. So 2 yellows,
Did
a
you
red,
pay
and a
any
blue.
bills?
Oh, let's not get 4 blocks. Damn it. I thought that was a good $8. Everything is awful. I don't do either of those things. So much has changed. You gotta go get her. I didn't do either of these for reasons. I wouldn't have bought the other one. I want to mute the thing. Yet, I wouldn't have bought this one at all if I had realized that it was, my brain had slipped. Alright.
Pardon me.
Ichi just grabbed a Z for something. Because I think Z was going to run past. So it might be time to put the Chewy up. Wherever it is. Ichi.
I'm completing this one. 3 water and 3 books. 3 water. 3 batteries.
She's like, I'll take that Chewy to my cave.
That's a yellow one, which is there.
Chewy swaps! It's a very important part of the dog process.
Done.
It was empty.
Whoa,
Alright.
that almost got Yokohama.
I knew it was empty. It's okay. Woo.
That was exciting.
Corgius games. Alright. It's depressing. Alright, we done?
Done doing
Scouting?
objectives?
Scout.
Scout.
Scout. Scout, scout, scout. A little quieter. Full of blood.
Giant corgi games.
Giant corgi game, she's not that fat.
I think this is the most points. Let's do 9.
Yeah. Go on that one.
Ugh. Ugh. Well, I'm just really annoyed because I had planned this whole thing and I was gonna get a bunch of points I was really excited about, and then it turns out I just was doing a core mechanic of the game wrong.
What were you thinking you were going to do?
I thought I would get $4. I didn't have to pay $4. Yeah, so I
Oh.
picked up this one last time, which if I hadn't
$2,
I
yeah.
could have paid and finished this one. So I just lost myself at least that amount of points, which makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the points I would have gotten for getting in on Johntown.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm not scouting. Because scouting's for...
I will scout. And I will
Oh, are you scouting?
He's scout.
Okay.
I scouted it.
Here.
Scouting where you're going. That's the way you do it.
I have 9.
Whew.
I don't really want to spend anything on my hand though, because reasons. I would lose 2 points to get 2 points. Sounds all terrible. I guess I'll get 2 batteries. Actually, that's great. I'll get 2 batteries. That's perfect. I need batteries.
Tipsy Tiffany Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
Oh, Gorgeous. Gorgeous game.
Oh, I have 10,
Yeah,
actually.
Yokohamaing is the thing that Steve says now.
But,
Sometimes
yeah,
you just need to spill an entire glass of liquid on a deluxe copy of Yokohama.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yep.
Alright, we have scooted. Who would like new objectives, which doesn't really matter in the last round at all.
No, there's no point.
Alright, cleanup. Nobody has any perishables.
Nope.
I do. I have a water.
Oh, yeah, water. Could you use a battery during this stage as a perishable?
No.
No. Can't eat
That makes
batteries.
Have you tried?
Incidentally, I did lick a battery once as a kid. My
Yeah.
brother dared me. Shocked my tongue. It's a thing.
Well done, John.
5. So it's 7?
Yeah.
Steve and Tiffany both get 2.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I get 3 because I have 3 rounds.
Oh, you do have 3 rounds. Sorry.
Okay, then we refresh hand, carry out actions. So,
I will
very
refresh my
importantly, I will refresh my hand.
I'll refresh my hands.
Can you do thingies?
We'll do it in turn order.
Yeah, let's do it in turn order. So shenanigans.
I guess this is worth it. I'll spend 5 to get a battery, to get a book, to get 3 points.
I'll just put that in my running bag.
I could spend a tool to get 2 food, actually.
How much of the blood in your head would you
Which
need to spill to ruin a copy of Untitled?
Does matter
Not a lot.
in a way, because cleanup has already happened, and it gets turned into money. It won't give me more points, but could matter.
I also thought I was gonna have more money, so I could do.
Oh, yeah.
I just messed
Daylight,
myself up hard.
color shirt.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, cool. I'm using this one to turn this med into 3
Whoa.
points. So there's that. And then, so that one's done. And then I'm turning that fuel into 3 points. So that's done.
Mhm.
And then, I don't have a book.
Battery.
I do have battery. And I don't have that card anymore. I was gonna have that card and do a thing, but it doesn't matter anymore. So, I have a battery, and I will turn the battery into a book for 3 points, so I get another 3 points.
Nice.
And then, I can turn my last med into a battery, but then there's no reason to, because I can't. The battery is just worth a point at the end, and the medicine's worth a point. Or a dollar anyway.
Yeah.
So, unless I could turn them into $1 this second, so I could spend $4 to get 2 points, which I can't, so I am done.
I will get a food and a water.
Night, Vinyl. Night.
I will turn a battery into 3 points.
Yokohama's okay. It's like Istanbul, but like reverse little.
And $4
Yeah.
for 2
And I
points.
think I prefer Istanbul a little bit, just because it's a little less ornate.
And the box, the board. Oh my god, Yokohama's table
Yeah.
space
Massive.
is huge.
You don't even have enough room to put drinks on the table without
Yes.
spilling them.
I get 3 points. $3. So that one, I did those two. I think I'm good.
Alright, so now we're in game. So first thing we do is we convert all of our resources to money. So we sell everything. So every cube we have on this rondel is $1. So I only get $2.
I also only
So I would get $2, and then you buy points. 1 point for $5. So I would have gotten $2, and then I have $3, so I just get 1 point. In total.
I also just get 1 point. This turns into 2, because I got 2.
Any cards in your objective area are no longer worth anything, so they can just be discarded.
Same with the ones in the hospital.
Same with the ones in the hospital, but you might have starters in your hospital,
Oh.
so be mindful. I just have starters, so I'm not going to discard them.
started.
Then you will gain points for all of the cards that you have in your hand and in the columns down below. And then that's the game.
And then set.
Oh, right, and then set collection for your sets.
Oh, oops, technically, yes.
$29. And then sets. So for the scout tokens that you've gotten of unique types, you get sets according to the handy dandy chart. I have 2, so I just get 2 points.
I have 1, so I just get
Yep. And that's the game.
That's the game.
So John wins with 108 points. I get second with 92 points. And Steve comes in third with 72 points.
Well done, John. We were joking last night. I think we were like 2/3 of the way through, or when we were scoring, we were just like, John's going to destroy us at this.
Yeah.
He put up a good fight with
I
this.
did pretty okay.
Yeah,
If I hadn't screwed up that last thing, I would have been a little closer.
Yep.
Not much closer, but like a little closer. So there we go. This is John's second ish game of Blackout Hong Kong. This is Steve and I's third-ish game of Blackout Hong Kong.
No second for me.
Oh yeah, no,
we played all three
we
of us.
played, honey. Remember when we played at Awesome Game Day?
Did we play the full game?
No,
No, that's why we're saying ish.
Oh, ish.
a little bit longer than half game, maybe.
Yeah, we played a little bit more than half. But we were too tired.
Yeah,
to
both this game and the last game, I focused on unlocking my board stuff pretty early, and I don't think that helps.
Yeah,
as much.
I was debating about unlocking this, or no, that one at the same time you were, and I decided against it
Yeah.
because I was like, that seems a little too early.
I went like completionist on doing this, and what I should have been doing instead was looking to secure more districts.
Yeah, that's what I was really focusing on.
But I didn't come like super behind you, and I felt like your engine was like way better. So I feel like if I had done just minor course adjustments, not major ones, I could have gotten a lot closer.
Yeah.
My goal, I was trying to race John to do this, but because I was just completing objectives and not engine building, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
And only getting 3 cubes down still only gets you 3 points, but if you can get 4 or 5, like if you get
Big
4 or
jump.
5 on something that
Yeah.
someone else completes, like that's still a lot of
Yeah.
points.
Well, and even nickel and diming, it's passive, right?
Yeah.
So like I wasn't even. I got quite a number of points by jumping on the John bandwagon, and not even intentionally, just focusing on the good stuff.
Mhm.
So,
How was this
How did
at 2?
we didn't do a lot in 2-player, but we did luck out in that we had C was his and D was mine, so we had a little bit of overlap.
Mm-hmm.
But if it had been something like if he had A and I had D, we would have had a lot less interaction.
Right.
So I think it just depends on the cards.
Did you truck to do that, Cube?
Yes, I had to. I feel like if you're gonna play 2-player, if you already know how to play, just play the campaign.
Yeah.
The campaign set, instead of having the emergency plans be private, they're public, and so everybody can achieve them.
Oh, interesting.
There's a limited number in the game, so you won't have you only have like A or B or I forget which ones you have. Different campaigns, you will have different ones out. So
my starting.
it forces people to focus on one specific area in the campaign setting. And really that's the thing with the campaign is like I feel like all it does is it forces people to be more directly competitive in like a specific area and also restricts setup. What?
Oh, because it's just the starting.
My emergency plans in there too.
Yeah, look for the emergency plan.
No, I was looking for that.
Yeah, but he wanted you to look for the
Right,
emergency
but I didn't hear the
But
word
both are
emergency.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did say starter.
Okay.
There.
We got it. We're good. Alright. So yeah. But so 2-player I feel is there's less there's the potential for less interaction on the map, but really the map is mostly passive. You might be racing for securing districts, but like I feel like that would be unlikely.
It seems like you'd want to race towards each other too, just to get those passive points.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I
wanna
think
be close.
it's incentivized to do it.
Which I like that mechanic.
The market, I really like how the market works with the passing and then the decrease in costs. In 2-player, the costs, there's like less turnover of cards because it's kind of a money tight game until you can get an engine going, and so in 2-player there's less card turnover. So the game I felt discarded the game got rid of most of our cards.
Yeah.
And I felt like in 2-player it almost went too fast. Because the game, but I feel like that was just because the game was discarding so many of our cards, whereas like people weren't buying them.
Yeah.
So we're in like a 3-player game, like the card rate is probably the same, but like you're buying cards, I'm buying cards, we're buying multiple cards.
The more of those cards I think are getting bought maybe rather than discarded. So it's like every time someone buys a card it gets cheaper, where 2-player it feels a bit like a game of chicken where somebody has to pull the trigger on the 4 cost. And then it'll get cheaper and then it'll get cheaper and then pull more out.
Yeah.
I would like to play. We played with the correct replenishment rule this time.
Yeah, we messed
last
up
last night's game. I think it would have been interesting with the instant replenish. Or what we were doing, we weren't replenishing until the end of the round when you depleted a row.
But we were also only buying 1 card each.
Yeah.
We didn't. I did not remember the multi-card option.
Yeah.
For the passing thing.
Right.
But yeah. I think that the card interaction is really interesting. The fact that you buy cards and then put them in your objective slot to gain stuff is really interesting. Brainy in a way. I like the columns bit where you have to. We're missing an emergency plan. Mr. Kairos, can you
There it is.
do the search?
It's right there.
I see it. Okay. So I like how the card interaction works. I like how we're also missing another starter card.
I pulled them all out of that.
They wouldn't be in that, I don't think. They're probably just in somebody's deck. If they're not. Thank you.
I do like that he added the colored column bonuses.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
if it was just about, like, which one do you want to pull back up, then it would be a little boring.
Yeah, the colored column bonuses definitely affect planning.
Yeah, I like those a lot. I like that they force you to think more. about planning and what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can do the truck tokens. I just threw a truck token on the ground. Yeah, I like it. I think I like it a little bit more than Underwater City. Because in Underwater City, you have the action spot considerations in regards to the card color and like what you want to be doing, but the action spot restriction is based on your opponents and what your opponents are doing, and so it's a lot harder to plan for necessarily. And I felt like in a lot of times in Underwater City, when I was taking actions, I was taking like my secondary action. So like you plan your turn and then it gets to be your turn and you're like, oh well, I gotta go with plan B, or oh, I gotta go with plan C. Whereas in this game, you plan your turn and like very little, nothing's gonna, like literally nothing except for buying cards can be blocked by an opponent. So unless your plan revolves around buying a specific card, most all of your turns, you're just going to be enacting your plan.
Yeah. And even district securing, everybody would get the points, so someone can't block you.
Yeah.
If it's the same turn, they can't block you.
Yeah. So, I like that. Fact. I like that, in this game, you're going to spend a lot of time planning, and you plan your full turn, and then, like, we flip it, and we run through our turns, and it's more of just, like, who planned better with the cards that they bought and stuff, whereas in Underwater City, there's more of, like, oh, I really need a card that does this. I haven't gotten green cards. Like, oh, I really want to do a green activation because I want this thing. Well, I haven't gotten a green card in 4 turns, or something like that. Stupid, right? So, and then also, like, your opponent can go places and do things.
The dice controlling the resources, for me, was pretty frustrating because I wasn't engine building around that, and then so...
I like the engine building too.
If you're not engine building, you are completely at the mercy of the resources.
Right.
Or spending a lot of points on trucks, which I kept forgetting I could do. That... I mean, I know it's giant on the board, but I kept forgetting that I could spend points to get the resources that I wanted. But you basically need to have an engine going. Otherwise, you're just going to be frustrated by the dice.
Yeah.
One thing, another counterpoint to Underwater Cities is in Underwater Cities, the cards that you're getting using to plan are all draw. And in this game, it's all drafting and purchasing.
You know exactly what you're getting.
So you know exactly what you're getting, and the restriction is you just have to do resources and shenanigans to get them into your hands from the objective, which is very different than random card draw. Because in Underwater Cities, you need to draw the cards that will increase your hand limit or that get you more card draw. So you're sort of trying to plan. Ultimately, you're still always just planning around what you drew. Where in this, there's up to 9 cards that you can choose from.
Yeah.
So I think that lets you...
How about this compared to Alexander Fisher's other games? Great Western Trail and Mombasa are probably the 2 closest, right?
Yeah, so Great Western Trail, there's it gives the feeling, the card column comboing and planning gives you the same kind of vibe and feeling as like planning your hand for the cow market in Great Western Trail. We're like, okay, I gotta get all the way through the board and I really want to hold on to these 3 cards, right? And so you're planning to do what you can with the cards that you're willing to sacrifice and get rid of, like, as you progress through the board in Great Western Trail. But Great Western Trail is a deck builder, so you still are dealing with the deck building mechanic of, like, drawing cards and seeing what you get. In this one, he, like, puts it on its head, where you're playing cards to specific columns and you can only pick up a specific column sometimes, but you can plan very strategically what column you're picking up when so that you can activate on other times. So it's similar to the deck building mindset where you're playing specific cards on certain turns so that your discard is, like, you go through your deck at a certain time, so your discard refreshes at a certain time, so the probability that you're going to get a specific card will come up in the right time. And if you're trashing at the right time, like, it'll all work out for you and things like that. So it's not a deck building game, but it gives it like side a taste of it, or just a sampling of like that kind of mentality.
Well, in the sending people to the hospital, you're culling your hands, because you you want to be able to cycle your hand faster, which is also something you do in deck builders. Or get them in the hospital so you can hit your 0 to 4 or 0 to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very much like Mombasa, both in the laying your columns down and like planning where you're going to pick up, and then also it had that mechanic of what's down in your columns important for the bookkeeper track.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that was much more like convoluted and
Yeah.
weird than the straightforwardness of like, oh yeah, I just need these colors in this column.
Yeah, I'll say this feels less convoluted also than Great Western Trail, or at least Great Western Trail felt like not convoluted, but it had like a multi-turn cycle to it, where you need to do certain things in certain orders, and then eventually, you'll get to the end and you'll do the transfer, and you had to plan for that cycle.
Yeah.
Whereas this is more mixed up, where the cycle is basically when you decide you want to pick up your cards. There's a Great Western Trail. You're not getting to the end every round, so you just have to plan and time for when you're going to get to the end for when you can turn stuff in. So it just feels like this has everything is a little bit more mixed together rather than being like stretched out over multi-turns.
A little bit. I mean, well, because you're planning. So, like, I would be like, okay, I'm going to get that card, and I can get that card in 3 rounds. Or I can hit that objective in 3 rounds. So I would be planning that. But at the same time, I'm simultaneously planning, okay, I'm going to get that card in 5 rounds. I'm going to get that card next round. So, like, I feel like it had it, but in Great Western Trail, there's, like, the big, like, I'm going to hit this, and I got to have the cards that I need at this time. Whereas in this one, it's more like a constant rolling of objectives.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This one's all mixed up, whereas Great Western Trailers are all on that same cycle, and you're just choosing how fast you want to go through it, which is kind of like mid-num, like, or whatever.
I do not remember much of our game of Mombasa. We've only played Mombasa once, and after we play it, I came home and I was like, cool, that can go. And we sold
I remember
it.
that.
Yeah. So Mombasa, I remember being a little convoluted. I remember also being really frustrated with the area control mechanic in that, like, people would just, like, they could kick your cubes off the board.
Yep.
And that just annoyed me. So,
well, it wasn't your cubes. It was, there's the different, companies that send their houses out, but no one owned those companies.
Yeah. But I'd be, like, planning and
shares. And,
I'd be planning and having shares and all this other stuff, and then I felt like the Kingmaker situation in that game was more likely to happen, especially in a 3-player game. So yeah, that's all I remember about that game. Like, straight up, all I remember is being annoyed that I was planning for certain stuff and, like, my cubes would get taken off the board, even though they weren't mine. They were the cubes I cared about.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like this game is really straightforward. I feel like this is way easier to teach than Great Western Trail, definitely Mombasa. I'm trying to think what else Alex has done.
Isle of Skye.
Isle of Skye, you can't. I feel like this is like the same level of teach as Isle of Skye, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely heavier.
Yeah, it's heavier, like brain-wise to do, but I feel like the teach. It's not complicated.
You're doing is also
Broom service.
Broom service, yep, broom service.
Yeah, like maybe a little heavier, but not much more complicated than broom service.
Like way heavier than broom service.
No, but I'm saying like in terms of just overall complexity.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry. The big thing that I don't like about this game is the theme.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is the art on the cards is great. I really like the art of the cards. There's a lot of unique characters in the cards. Like all the not all the mechanics are the same. Every player has a unique starting deck for their purple cards. And I think actually all the purple cards are unique in the game. Yeah. And so, with the exception of like the thugs and the mechanics, all the thug cards are the same, all the mechanic cards are the same for the main deck. But there's different politicians and stuff like that. And the art style of the people, I really like. I really like the art style of the people in the game. There's actually a dude on the back of the box, and I was looking at him, and I really like that. But the, like, board is very dark and kind of boring, and the player boards have a lot going on, which is fine, and, like, the very gray tone with orange makes it very easy to focus on what you're doing, which is great. Mm-hmm. But, like, they literally forgot to write in the rulebook why what you're doing in the game matters for the Blackout. Like, literally, I was doing a tweet thread about this game, describing it, and Alex was like, oh yeah, we should have said more about that in the rulebook. Because I was like, I don't know why you're securing districts. You secure districts for some reason. And he was like, oh yeah, you're securing them and making them safe. And I was like, yeah, I didn't get that anywhere. Like, are you gang leaders? Are you like, who are you? Because it doesn't even really say who you are as players. It's just like, there's a blackout. It's been a couple years. Make it better. But like, it doesn't even say in the game that the winner is the person who helped most.
Yeah.
Like, nowhere in the game does it say that. So it's one of those things where it's like, he designed this really great Euro game, and then they were like, hey, this would be really cool if we put this kind of theme on it. And then they just, like, didn't finish the thought process of it. So...
Or another way around that, like, I find the setting is really interesting, and I think that is what leaves me a little flat, is that the setting is so cool, and that it's...
They could have done a lot.
They could have done a lot more with the theme, with such an interesting setting. Like, if it was... I know people joke about, like, 17th century farming stuff, but if it was, like, a very boring setting, we wouldn't be saying, I wish the theme were more integrated, because it would just be kind of flat anyway. Because it is a very, like, unique theme. Or, like, it's a very unique theme and unique setting that, like, feels like it really could have had more done with it, which would be awesome.
Well, and I feel like it was there in somebody's head. Like, honestly, I feel like Alex or Sophie or somebody had this in their head, and they were, like, talking about it and stuff, and they just literally forgot to put it in the rulebook. Like, there's no flavor text for story anywhere in the rulebook. I just reread the rulebook to make sure I hadn't missed anything before the stream. There's none. Like, literally all of the, like, italics and flavor text, they're all, like, reminders and notes about gameplay, which is very good, very helpful. There is, after the first page where they talk about the Blackout, there is absolutely no flavor text. Even in the campaign. The campaign at the very end, I was like, okay, normally I don't look into the campaign until we're ready to play, because I don't like spoilers. But I actually opened it up and looked at it and read the rules for the campaign, and it doesn't tell you anything. All it says is, like, if you win the campaign, it's how well you helped Hong Kong. But, like, there's no resolution to the Blackout. There's no evolution of the game. The campaign, it's not a legacy campaign. It's literally you just have different setup conditions. And the further you get through the campaign, the harder the setup conditions. So it's just a way to escalate the complexity of the game. So that interests me from a mechanic standpoint and a playing standpoint. But from, like, a thematic standpoint, there's none. It's the same. And it would have been really easy to fix. And when they do the next print run, I hope they update the rulebook and add some more flavor text throughout. I know it'll increase the size of the rulebook, and the layout's already really good in the rulebook, but I think it would really benefit because this is a theme that is unique, and you could do a lot of cool stuff and have it not be like there's no rioting in this game. None of the cards. There's like thugs and security, but there's no implication of like rioting or violence. You're just gathering resources and helping people. But then you're like, why do people go to the hospital? Like, you could think that there's some rioting or some dangerous stuff, but like it's never mentioned.
They just bang their shins.
Right.
It's just dark. Yeah,
it's dark. They twist their ankle.
Yeah.
And I mean, the stuff you're talking about, like, that could have been in the rulebook. In other games, it's like a paragraph or two additional about here's who you are, here's what it means if you win. Sometimes, like, the bare bones solo scoring will have like a sentence or a paragraph for what each score level means. Yeah. Like, it wouldn't necessarily need to be massive rewrites to help people sort of imagine what's going on and place themselves in it. Like, are you government agencies? You know, sometimes it's like each color is a different thing. Like,
going back to Underwater Cities, like, that does have a theme of like, yeah, you're trying to save the world, and here's why. And even in the in-game conditions, it's like, whoever has the most points wins, but you all really helped out and saved humanity, so good job everyone, even if you didn't win.
Yeah, so the thematic, like, from a thematic standpoint, Underwater City is significantly more thematic and a lot more interesting in regards to story integration of what you're doing in the game having implications for the world you're supposed to be playing in. Whereas Blackout Hong Kong just doesn't. I mean, I just reread the back, and, like, the best that they give is, whoever best manages this situation and restores the semblance of order will surely claim a position of power and post-Blackout Hong Kong. And that's like, it.
It's not even guaranteed.
But it's not even restoring the power. That's just restoring order.
Yeah.
You know?
So, it's kind of interesting because, like, me personally, I enjoyed this game more than Underwater City, but I understand why this is going to fall flat for a ton of people. Yeah. Because there's just no theme tie-in. And even me, when I was like looking at the game and I read the rulebook originally back in October, I was like, and I kind of was just like, I don't know how much I'm going to like this game, because again, it's also very card driven and you never really know. But we had a lot of games because there's planning on the columns, and there's a few games that came out this year with that. There's Gugong, there's Crown of Amara, there's Valparaiso. Those are the 4 big ones. There was something else that came out that was doing that, and the columns with the action planning. So it was like,
I don't think Gugong does that. It's like,
oh no,
playing cards
you're
in the
right.
middle.
It was not Gugong. It's something else. I was mixing it up with Valparaiso, which I already said. Yeah, no, but Gugong, it's a little bit of planning because the way you swap cards
Yes.
as gifts.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but this one kind of like made it to my. I should check out because it's Eggert Spill, and usually I like Eggert Spill games, and it's Alex Professor, so I should check it out because it's Alex Professor. And like that was the only reason I was looking into it. Eggert Spill provided us the copy of the game. Thank you, Eggert Spill. So we could stream the game and play and give our thoughts on it. So I probably honestly would not have gotten it if they hadn't given it to us. Because it's a larger box game and it wasn't super on my radar, and the theme was just a big turnoff for me. And now that I know the theme is not really part of the game, I'm sad because I actually really do enjoy the game. So for me, I like this more than Underwater City. I like this quite a bit. I want to play it again, like immediately, to see how I can do better and plan better and do that kind of stuff. And I like that the theme is minimal and the board is blacked out because it doesn't get in the way. Mm-hmm. But at the same point, I understand that I am the minority in that. And Underwater City is probably going to do better just because the theme delivers. Like, the game delivers on the theme. If that makes sense.
Yeah. One thing I'll also say, in terms of how well just the overall game felt developed, like, I had, there's so many different abilities and checkmark actions and costs and abilities and scoring conditions, and that all came across like really well on all of the cards for me. Like, I wasn't really struggling to figure out what anything did. I was more struggling to figure out what I should do.
Right.
Yeah.
In like first and second play. So I was definitely happy about that. It was like, I don't know, like Alex Professor and Eggert did a good job on developing it in terms of like gameplay and being able to jump right into it. Like, it's a pretty easy teach. Everything's pretty self-apparent. Like, the player boards have that, like, here, go through all the phases. Like, it isn't a struggle to play.
No, it's not.
It plays very smoothly.
Which is really funny. And we got up and ran with it really fast. There's another game that we played this weekend, which I'm not going to say. I'm not going to give it away. But it needed some more icon development and some other stuff. And it was, like, kind of painful and jerky to get going. But once we got going, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is good. This makes sense. But, like, you'd still, like, every once in a while get a card, and you'd be like, what? Like, what is that? And so, yeah, this game, none of that. Everything made sense. There's, like, there's a section in the rulebook that gives you the breakdown of all the, like, checkpoint cards, and I've never looked at it.
Yeah.
So, there's no need to, in my opinion. But, yeah.
We're not, like, fighting over the card.
Yeah, if you notice in this game, actually, that's a really good point. A lot of these heavier games will sometimes be passing the rulebook a lot.
That's true.
The rulebook never left the spot where I put it after I figured out the card count. So that says something. And Lackey made a comment about Feld games, and then somebody else made a comment about how Luna has good Feld theme. So there's that. And then somebody else is like, wait, what's Luna's theme? So there's that.
Yeah.
Cool. Nervenstein and Kabuki Kid were discussing how they're very picky about their Euros and they need to have a nicer theme, which I am not. I am picky about my theme in a couple ways regarding violence. And it has to make at least some minor connection. It can't be like totally like a mismatch. What game was it? There was one game where it was like, why would you ever do this in this world? There's no reason why you would do this. This doesn't make any sense. Whereas this one, like, it makes sense. They just never tell you. They never make the connection for you in the rulebook. But, yeah, anyway. And then Kabuki asks, what shelf does the game on? Is it a shelf game or a floor game? I want it on the shelf. I actually told Steve earlier today that we should play Great Western Trail one more time, because maybe we'll get rid of it and replace it with Blackout.
I think I would be okay with that. One of the
You heard it here
but
first.
we're playing it one more time. No, just Great Western Trail. One of my frustrations with it is just me and deck building don't get along sometimes,
Yeah.
and I draw some terrible cards. So in this, I can at least be frustrated at the die rolls and then spend my points when I'm frustrated by the die roll. But I'll trade the being awful at deck building frustration to the being awful at dice frustration.
So, Great Western Trail, I have a story. We're going to wrap this up, but I have a story. So I was playing with a group on Thursday mornings, and the goal of this group was literally just to play a full game of Great Western Trail without getting a rule wrong. And it took 3 weeks.
Wow.
And we still, I found out later, played something wrong on that third game. And it was, like, literally every Thursday, and, like, we would reread the rule books between the weeks. Like, I didn't read it, but, like, the two people I was playing with would go home, reread the rule book, and then we'd come back, and they'd be like, okay, we did this wrong. We have to redo this. And, like, to this moment, I just had a moment where Steve was, like, talking about Great Western Trail and the deck building, and, like, yeah, he wants to play it one more time, and I was just like, oh god, if I have to explain how to play Great Western Trail one more time, I'm gonna get everything wrong. And so I'm just like, no, it can go now. I don't even need to play it again. Though, if I play it one more time, it counts for my 25 by 5 challenge that I'm doing.
That's what I figured, yeah.
But I'm still dreading. Can we just play this twice more and then that'll...
No, but your first play doesn't count.
How many blackouts?
Wait, so you had...
I'm at 3.
You had a book club for Great Western Trail.
We had a book club for Great Western Trail.
You'd go home, you'd all try to relearn it, and then you'd come back.
And the really funny thing is, if I texted and was like, hey, do you want to try and do Great Western Trail? Both of them would be like, yeah, we gotta get this thing. Because, like, it's just still... Yeah, like, we enjoyed the plays, but it was one of those where I was like, man, I just want to play it one more time and think I'm gonna get rid of it. And then we'd play and it'd be like, we messed it up. I need to play it one more time and then I can get rid of it. It's just, I just need to end it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Send those cattle to the train.
Yep.
Yeah.
On that delightful note, I think we're done talking about Blackout Hong Kong and Alex Two Sisters game.
Just one more thing on theme. I think if it were like a gritty civil unrest, varying levels of violence, like I don't think we'd be playing or streaming it.
We would not, no.
My first thought seeing it was like the color scheme and art reminded me of a post-collapse Manhattan video game that was very like survivally every person for themselves, and in my mind I just made a thematic link, and
That's where I was going with it.
I was just like, oh boy. Like, I'm not thrilled about that. So I was actually really excited that it was not kind of the, like, really lazy, everybody's out to get each other because civilization's collapsed.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
I was really happy it did not go with that.
I was hoping the campaign would be, I don't like co-op, but I was still liking the campaign. I was hoping the campaign would be a little bit more like, we work together, but it's actually, we have goals that we're all working towards, and everybody can achieve these goals, but there's a little bit of competition in doing so. So I'm like, we'll try it. But I will say that Great Western Trail is on the 4th shelf, and I would like this to replace it. So 4th shelf.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I could. Seeing some of the other
Right
games
under
on the 4th shelf.
Cumbria.
Yeah, but not above it.
No, not above it. Not above Cumbria.
Yeah.
We could. We got the expansion. I need one more play. You working tomorrow? It's the day before the holiday. How many people are coming in? All right.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Blackie says that they're a theme gamer.
Yeah.
I'm not a theme gamer.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm also a theme gamer in the sense that, like he was saying, I'll forgive a lot for a solid theme. I will also forgive a lot for a solid theme.
You will. So. Yeah. Which is why it's really interesting. The games that we both super enjoy, I think I think most people will like them because they're good on theme and mechanics. Because if I really like it, it's mechanics. And if he really likes it, it's theme. Yeah. So, if we both really like it, that says a lot, I feel. But
yeah, because like we'll play a game that will have awesome mechanics, and a lot of times I'll be kind of like take it or leave it. Because we're lucky enough we play a lot of games with solid mechanics. So if like, both are good, I'll go for the one with the theme. So.
Where did I put Underwater Cities? I think I put Underwater Cities on 3rd shelf. Or no, maybe it was 2nd shelf. Spoilers, it's sold. It's on no shelf.
That's below the floor shelf, or that's
It's out of this house. yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, mostly because yeah. So, yeah. All right. All right. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to give us a heart. If you'd like to see more, make sure you're subscribed or that you're following along. If you're subscribing on YouTube, make sure you hit the bell to sometimes get notifications for when we go live. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for watching this long, and if you're watching live, thank you for hanging out with us. Our chat group has been super awesome recently, and it makes gaming great. If you're watching this before Thanksgiving 2018, on Thanksgiving Day, we will be streaming all day. We're not setting a hard schedule. We're doing this as like a fun thing. We're calling it Gamesgiving. We're going to be raising money for Extra Life for one of the local children's hospital. Every $5 that you donate will give you a raffle entry into game giving prizes, raffle stuff. But we'll be hanging out all day on Thursday and just playing games and chatting with chat. And we're just going to play games that we like.
Mm-hmm.
So we know for sure we're going to play Zaya Legends of your Drift System because Steve really likes that. And it's a longer game and we're just going to hang out and have fun with it. So we know we're going to do that for sure. So if you want, you can hang out on Thursday during Thanksgiving. We should be streaming all day. I've been recording like little bits to put on camera when we're not live, so you can watch those and hang out. But
and I think we're still gonna follow the thing where we're probably still just streaming stuff that we haven't streamed before. So it'll be things generally, probably, maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
We have streamed over 200 games.
Wow.
Yeah, our stream playlist is at 220 something. So we've streamed a lot of games. But we still have a lot of games in our collection that we haven't streamed. But we also have a lot of games that we really love and we want to play again. And we maybe streamed like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So when we weren't really great at streaming and our quality was not great. And yeah, so we'll see. But if you want to swing through on Thursday, we'll be here. And we'd love to hang out with you. So yeah. Otherwise, we will see you next week. If you're a patron, my Patreon supporters get to vote on what we stream on Tuesdays from the SN list. So that poll will be going up probably tomorrow. And you can vote. The poll will end probably Saturday midday. So make sure you get your vote in for what you want us to stream next Tuesday. It will be, again, one of the heavier SN release titles. Thursdays we usually keep as like a bonus day where we pick what we were going to stream. Also from the SN titles because we're trying to get through those. So there's that. I know that Captains of the Golf will be on the list because Steve really has been wanting to play that. Gugan will be on the list. Cylon will be on the list. And I don't want to put Teotihuacan on the list because if I put it on the list, I know it's going to win. And I already know it's good, and there's already so many streams. I want to do stuff that doesn't have streams. So I'll probably pick something else that we have.
Kabuki says Deep Space D6 people are getting their Kickstarters for the expansions and the reprint. So I have one of those on the way. So I did stream the base game. I will definitely play the expansion. Don't know if I'll stream it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Thank you again for hanging out and watching. And good night.
Good night.